Hi, friends. Welcome into the firm. It's a Thursday, baby. Patrick Harris, yours truly with you. That's Danny Meringue. To my left, Jeff Rust back in the house. Fam Bam. All back together, my friends. All back together.
I do love it. We're just diving into analytics off air before we even start.
Diving into analytics about sports that we feel don't need analytics.
They all need them.
Do they all need them?
They all need them. Being smart about things is not a bad thing.
Oh, I didn't say that. And I don't think Sprague was saying that either. I think the concept of information is extremely valuable. Yes, no doubt about that. But can some metrics ruin the thought? Bring you up to date, my good friends out there.
There's an overabundance of data.
We're talking about XGA, which is a soccer stat that's kind of brand new. I'm not going to get into soccer, but it's a stat that's brand new, and a lot of people are kind of like, I hate this stat. It doesn't make sense. It's not a true representation.
Well, I also wouldn't call it brand new. It's been around for a long time. It's just becoming more popular in common soccer vernacular.
And I hate it. I don't follow it. I'm an eyeball guy in that sport. And, I mean, you're a basketball guy because I
don't be wrong. I'm an eyeball guy with all sports, but I also lean heavily into analytics.
Yeah, and I guess when I watch basketball, I'm looking at flow, and my metrics that I care about in basketball tend to be, and this is probably, the big canyon between you and me as basketball fans. I tend to be, I'm always looking at free throw percentage, field goal percentage, threes, rebound efficiency, and stuff like that. I don't get much further than that because I think I still watch basketball in a flow way to where you kind of probably watch it a little more in a specific player in their movement way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, to an extent. We were talking about how much you watch the ball or don't watch the ball in sports. I don't watch the ball a ton. I shouldn't say a ton. I would say in the NFL, it's probably 60-40 that I don't watch the ball. In the NBA, it's probably 70-30 that I don't watch the ball. I am typically, and I'm not saying I don't watch it at all, but I'm looking off ball. I'm looking to go see, offensively, who's setting what screens, where they're flowing to, with a floor balance, who's where, and then I'll flash a look over to Tiago or over to Bjorkgren or over to Saint and be like, okay, what are they looking at? What are they calling for here? Because after enough time talking to guys, you know what signals are coming in, you know what they're trying to get to you, and I'm just trying to process all that stuff at the same time. So I'll say something along the lines of Shea really needed to attack the second side a little bit harder there not because of what the defense did, but what opened up on the backside and the action that was there. If he would have pressed the action here, it would have led to a breakdown and help here. And it's just you've just seen it enough times to know, okay, I know what's happening on this backside and what they're actually trying to do or what they're trying to disguise. And, it's one of those things where it's I wish he would have done X instead of Y. And I guess I use shade in there and somebody's going to lose their mind. But I was just saying,
that was the first thing that thought of my brain.
Yeah, well, he's the guy who attacks second sides.
Sure.
That was the way I was going with it. It's
also just happens to be how he plays basketball or his role on the team.
Yeah, no, but when you attack second sides, those are the things. Again, that's kind of the same thing of not watching the ball. I'm looking at when Denny drives and creates that gravity, what's happening on the backside of the play, because if that's a kick out to Shaden, it's usually going to be a catch and shoot, or he's going to look to attack. And if he attacks this way on a back cut from Chris or from Donovan, those are the kind of things that I'm watching for more so than ball go in hoop.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Totally. And I think basketball, one thing that is so great about basketball and why basketball can be, if we take out all the, the stuff I bitch and complain about with the NBA, one thing that makes basketball so great as a television product is you can see the whole court. You can see everybody.
Yeah, 96 feet ain't hard to see.
Yeah. Hockey, soccer, everything is so spread out.
Well, hockey you can see.
Well, hockey's really fast.
Yeah, that's
the other thing.
Because you do have to zoom in a little bit. See
and NFL, if a quarterback's dropping back for a pass, the receivers eventually leave your screen.
I would love to watch all 22 in the NFL.
You can still see, defensive pressure and how they attack the offensive line and, are there gaps and is someone getting double teamed? You can see that, but you can't really tell what a receiver's doing after 5-10 yards.
No, I understand why it's zoomed in and all those kind of things, but I think I would for me, because I'm a weirdo, it would change the viewing product, but I would rather see the all 22.
Well, also, if I'm being honest with you, and I don't mean this in an offensive way, but I know it's going to come out this way. Football also has more, I would say, casual fans than any other sport.
Oh, God, yes.
In the sense, for lack of better terms,
why didn't he make that throw?
Less. I hate saying the term less educated, but less invested into the nerdy aspects of sports that we love. Someone says to me, "Oh, baseball's so boring." It's like every pitch to me is fascinating. I'm looking at rotation. I'm looking at drop. I'm looking at placement. Where was the catcher to where's the catcher now?
Mm-hmm.
And that's a nerd. To where the average baseball person probably isn't watching. And the NFL being the number one sport in the world, they have that ability. And maybe that's why they're so tight on the football for the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's why you don't see receivers run routes, because it's about the quarterback. And number 2, the running back. So, and maybe number 3, the defensive line.
I think it's more about just the ball.
And the ball. But all those people I mentioned are the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Defensive lineman going after ball.
Yeah. See
Running
ball,
back
ball.
might get ball. Quarterback always have ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's why DBs and wide receivers are weird.
And that's why, in this awesome journey that Sprague's taken to watch soccer, it's a challenge. I mean, I've been watching this sport for a long time, and there's still stuff that pundits say that I'm kind of like, I did not think that player was very good. But as I'm watching a game right now, I can only see 2/3 of the players, And so you can't see what the defensive line is doing as they come forward.
Yeah.
Like, you can't see what secondary is doing. You can see how they line up against wide receivers, but you can't see how they drop back.
Yeah, we get to see it after they throw the touchdown and they go wide.
Exactly. And Tony Romo or Troy Aikman breaks
Here's where the
down.
safety screwed up. Take the Caleb Williams touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why was Cole Kmet butt naked? Why? Well, because the safety just absolutely gave up on the play because he thought it was going to go to the other side and was like, oh, we got him. And then you find Cole Kmet butt naked in the end zone.
Let's take that same game. I said it when I watched it before I saw the replay.
Mm-hmm.
I go, Caleb, you can't throw that ball.
Yeah.
You can't throw that ball.
And then you see DJ
That
Moore
is a
not running.
terrible throw, and the DB sure made a play to get it, but the receiver is nowhere near because he knew the ball was terribly thrown. Then you watch the replay and you're like, oh.
That's why he threw that.
Woof. Got it. I don't know. I don't know how you bridge that gap. I know we're like hella sports right now.
We sported really hard.
Well, I mean, I thought this was a fun conversation to just kind of jump into. I don't know if you need to fix it. I mean, maybe more opportunities of the all 22.
Well, the thing is, like, when Amazon has a game,
I got a story on that. Go.
When Amazon has a game, I flip it over to the analytics broadcast because I'm a nerd. I want to see like what route trees they're running and like what pressures and things that are coming out of that, like all the different things. Like you can click up and see what route trees a wide receiver has kind of run recently and what they've kind of looked at, and you're like, it's nice to have that because I'm not in a booth like documenting that and going, hey, we're doing this to set this up. It's like, well, they've been running a lot of short routes and coming back to the balls. Like, are they doing that because that's what the defense is giving them? Or are they doing that because they're trying to set something up with a double move? And it's like, hey, this was this one, this was this one. And like, you can just kind of see the speed that they're running at. Like, in DJ Moore's, it was, putting out 40% of effort. It's kind of one of those things. It's like those kind of things. I don't think, at least the way my brain works, it's not an immediate feedback. It's like, again, I have ADD, ADHD, so I'm a psychopath. So all this data just kind of goes into a folder in my brain that I have access to later. And I go, when I see the double move, it's like, oh, that's right. They set that up by doing this. I don't recall it like right, as it's building up, but all of a sudden I have that data now stored up and I can go, oh, that was that. And take the NBA, you're running a pick and roll and it's successful. And you're like, okay, what's the counter to that? Well, now they're blitzing and now they've been setting this up and now all of a sudden Chris Murray's running free on the baseline. Whoop, lob, touch, it's
touchdown.
Touchdown, yeah.
He hit a home run.
I love a mixed metaphor. You throw the lob and all of a sudden it's alley-oop there because Donovan's now stepped out to the 3-point line. Defense is hedged out and it's like counters to counters to counters, set up. And it's like the free-flowing stuff of that. But that a lot of that is based on, number one, feel, eye test, but it's analytics. It's how you set something up and tendency breakers. All the things we talk about as eye test are also analytics.
Sure, they can be broken down.
Like, not everything.
Well,
but like
it factor can't
yes.
be. Mendoza getting hit at the 4-yard line, spinning and going in. There's no analytic for that. He's the best guy who gets hit and spins off that tackle.
Well, there's dog at him per 36.
Sure.
That's a big old dog.
But it's funny you mentioned this because I was at my wife and I were running some errands before the national championship, and we decided to stop in for happy hour at a local brew pub by my house in Vancouver, and they had the game on. It was a day off, it was a holiday, and shout out MLK for being a cool dude. And everybody's there. Everybody's stoked to watch the game. We kind of talked about this all week. Everybody there is Indiana fans because of the story. And I look up at the TV, and the game has started, and I notice it's ESPN news feed of the Skycam, which is basically the All-22, right? It's the Skycam behind. Mendoza had the ball first. It's the Skycam. I think so, right? Had the Skycam behind Mendoza, so you could see the whole thing. And I turned to, and I like it. I don't mind watching it that way.
I love Skycam.
But I said to the bartender, Alex, and I said, hey, bud, will you put that on regular ESPN? And he goes, oh, dang, I didn't even realize. He flipped it over, and 4 people in the bar were like, thank you, appreciate that, because they didn't want to watch Skyview. They wanted to watch the normal broadcast.
Don't touch my football.
Exactly. That's how it was. And I don't know if it was exactly that per se.
No, it's that.
But it's uncomfortable. I'll tell you this.
You're trained to it.
But when I go to Timbers games, like wife and I are talking about maybe getting season tickets. I want TV side. I want TV side, and I don't need to be dead center, but I want to be ish center TV side. That's how I'm used to watching the game. So for that, I mean, it's different because you still get to see the whole pitch, the whole field, whatever sport you're choosing. But I like it. Sitting in the outfield in a baseball game can be challenging to really watch a game.
Yeah.
Can't see any pitching.
No.
You can see the ball. You can tell if it's a home run. So you're not one of those guys screaming behind the plate when it's a routine pop fly to center field.
Yeah, popping up and going, oh!
Yeah. But I love sitting in the outfield because that's more of like having a great time. But, I mean, when you watch Blazer games, are you not TV side, damn near center?
Well, I mean, the TV camera is basically from me to you.
Yeah, exactly.
From my seat.
So you get used to it.
Yeah.
You get used to it.
But you put me courtside, I love it. I love it because
they're right there.
But that's the thing is like it can change. Like I like watching games from different perspectives. I genuinely do because there's things that you see that you don't normally see.
That's what I love about baseball.
Like it's everybody's like I got to be like then again not against you, but like I have to be on TV side of it. I'm like, well, if you're goal side, if you're lengthwise of a soccer pitch, you know what you can see? You can see the build out.
Sure.
You can see the defense compress, and you can see it from a different angle. And I think you get a different understanding, a different appreciation of like, oh, this is what they see defensively and tactically of like how this build actually looks as it works its way up the field from a vertical angle. And those kind of things always interest me.
Fascinating.
Again, I know I'm in the minority. You can mess with how I watch things, different things you introduce, different pacings to things, different analytics. Always like I want the option to take in more data than to have you be like, nope, this is the way we do things. I was raised to watch football this way. I don't want to change it. This is how baseball works. I don't want to change it.
New information, new results, new opinions.
I worked in literal intelligence. Like, so I always want more. And let me decide if I think something's valuable or not. Because there's a lot of analytics. Like, there's some people that work in genuine analytic fields in sports where they're like, I actually like this more, and this is why. Now, these are the reasons why you need to be a little bit more careful with it, or a little, you need to have some more nuance or context around it. Like, plus minus. In basketball.
Yeah, you're not a fan of plus minus.
No. Now, if you have one that it's like one guy is either way up or way down, what the hell happened when that dude was on the floor? And then you have the context around it.
Yeah, when Carmelo's on the floor and he's a minus 31, you're like, but he's got 40 points.
Like, but how?
One thing does not look like the other.
And so you'd start diving into that. But
you're finding the other analytics to support that.
But then you also have like on-off rating, and then you dive into like, okay, when Donovan Klingon's on the floor, the Blazers' offensive rebound rate goes up like 7%.
That's awesome.
Which is like the 98th percentile. It's just like, I should probably take a look at that and be like, okay, is he a great offensive rebounder or is the team just better? Because there's two different styles.
Sure.
It's him and Steven Adams.
Is he dominant and the team sucks, or does the team rally around when he's in that spot?
Or, to use like direct context, like Steven Adams when he was with Oklahoma City with Russell Westbrook, the team's rebound rate skyrocketed when Steven Adams was on the floor. His rebound rate itself was not that high. There was not a correlation between his rebounds in the team rebound percentage. Why? Because you had to put 2 bodies on him to box him out, and Russell Westbrook would come in and go, thank you very much. I'm going to take this end-to-end now.
He'd drive it, and if he missed it or he'd be down there totally.
So, everything is always, especially when you talk about analytics, it's context dependent.
Oakley Dokley, we got a great show for you today. Lots to get here, my friend. We'll talk to some quarterbacks, the needs of a new head coach in the NFL, 10 toes down on a Thursday at 12:15. We're happy to have you. Let's stick in some basketball. Blazers take on the Heat tonight at 7 p.m. Get your ticket if you need it. Can we see a full-strength Blazers squad tonight? We'll start there. 105.1 The Fan. It's 10:19 here, Portland Sports Leader. Don't you forget it, baby. We are live from the shadows of the historic Fremont Bridge. 503-864-6326 is the fan text line. She'll let you interact with us throughout the entire day. You can also send in your 10 toes down questions. Questions you have for us that we have to unequivocally answer. No fence sitting. No dilly-dallying. Got to give your 100% view, both feet firmly on the floor. YouTube.com/1051thefan. If you want to see our ugly mugs today, I'm not color coordinated. It's just how it went. I felt like going Cougs today. So that's just how it is. I try to color coordinate. I do.
Well, you did manage to not go plaid on plaid today, so I'm proud of you.
I am not plaid on plaid.
You did not go full Spaceballs.
Nope. I am doing my damnedest to not do that. Coming up this hour, we will chat about a quarterback who's in the portal but can't be in the portal. And the drama in L.A. Look, we don't like to talk about Lakers a whole lot because it can be nauseating due to the national media, but I think this is a fun story to get into.
But Baxter Holmes arrived, and here we go.
If Baxter Holmes is in the building, Danny and I are listening. But we'll start with the Portland Trailblazers. I don't know if you've heard of them, guys. They are a 500 basketball team, 22-22, 12-10 at home, have had a nice little 3 full days off as the Miami Heat come to town. The bitter rival of the Miami Heat, at least according to Reddit, the bitter rivalry of the Miami Heat. I bring this up because, Matchup Predictor has Portland on ESPN.com a 53% chance to win this game. I don't know who's in and out for Miami. Honestly, I don't watch the Heat, despite I love Spo. I like their logo and everything, but I don't really watch this team. I am more interested, Danny, and focused on the aspect of we have a chance tonight to see, in theory, the legit ultimate starting 5 for the Portland Trailblazers for the first time this season. The emergence of Denny, Donovan getting legs under him more, Jeremy's healthy enough to go, Drew's healthy enough to go, Shaden and how he's been playing better of late, Caleb Love, etc. We might have a chance to see what a game fully strength could look like for this team right now.
I mean, we did see it for a while. First couple games of the season.
But I don't think in those early games we really knew Denny, he is he.
Yeah, I know, but he was playing like he was.
Agree, but I guess maybe what I'm trying to say is that was a cool story at the time. Now it's not really a story. That's just how he plays.
Yeah. No, there's probably something to that. It will be interesting. All 3 guys, Jeremy, Rob, and Drew, are all tagged as questionable for injury management.
Sure.
So it's going to be how do you feel? You got 3 days off.
Would you rather play him tomorrow than today?
There's a chance, maybe you play Rob tonight. Maybe you play Rob tomorrow. It is a back-to-back again. It's the schedule's been really weird. You get the back-to-back, then some days off. You get the back-to-back, and then they have some days off. And I think they have another back-to-back, if I remember right.
I'll pull it up.
Stalling for time. I have it in my phone. Yeah, they do. They have 2 days off, and then they have another back-to-back Monday, Tuesday.
So that's strange.
It's really weird. I don't understand.
Dear NBA, if you want to know issues with your league, that might be it.
Yeah. Well, at least they get 2 days off.
Oh yeah,
so they're getting
just
rest.
Had 3 days off.
Yeah, no, it's what I'm saying. They are getting rest between these back-to-backs, but that first back-to-back is on the road at Boston, and then I think was it Washington? Yeah, so it's at Washington at Washington. At Boston at Washington. That's the little 3-game trip I think they have.
Yeah. Boston, Washington, New York.
Yeah, so they don't have to travel a ton. They just make that trip across the country, and then it's all kind of right there. So that part of it's nice, right? It's nice to see that. They're not, crisscrossing the country and going all over the place, even though they're going to play 3 and 4 nights. But, yeah, you're not going to see them really push those guys between now and All-Star break.
Oh, sure. And maybe I'm more pie in the sky in talking about this and bringing it up. Because if you remember before the season, Danny, whether it was the text line or, people in this building or just the average fan, I mean, the number one conversation was what is the starting 5? And this is before, we really knew about Scoot, and this is before we really kind of understood the role of Jeremy versus Shea and starting and all that kind of stuff, and before we knew Denny was going to turn out to be this. I guess I'm just, a little more pie in the sky and excited about what the possibility of some lineups could look like. And not in a who should start, or we can get into that if you really want to, but more of just like, what can a rotation look like? Where does City Sissoko sit in this now?
There's more things to play with.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, a little more embarrassment of riches.
And that's going to be interesting from at least a tactical standpoint to see what Tiago does or doesn't do. Whose minutes kind of get pushed down because, there's only, 240 minutes at a game that you can play. So it will be interesting to kind of see which way that goes and how much leash or leeway the guys that are coming off injury, how much time they're allowed to go through. I would imagine if they're still tagged with injury management, nobody of those three guys in particular is going over 28.
Jeremy, Drew, and Denny.
Yeah. Oh, no. I think, honestly, Denny's
good to go.
Yeah, he played. Yeah. I don't think that they're, unless something.
Oh, you meant Rob Wills. My bad.
Yeah. I mean, Rob's never going to go over
right.
But I think Jeremy and Giroux, I don't think either of those guys are going to go over 28. Yeah, just if they're still being tagged as questionable.
28 would be nice, though.
Yeah. I mean, it would be, look, if you want Shaedon to succeed, have him out there with Drew and Jeremy. Like, have guys that can toggle off the ball in space and give him more room to work, and not have him have to be a creator. And have him create where and when he can, and not a have to create. You know what I mean? That there's a comfortability that comes with that.
I think that's what I'm trying to be excited about, is to see the different combinations, put people in different situations. Again, one of the biggest things for me, and I don't mean in a negative, I mean it in a fascination kind of study point, is I want to see a lot of Drew and Denny together. I just want to see it. I want to see, does Donovan get a little more mixed up in a pick and roll, as we were talking last segment about kind of analytics and stuff? Does Donovan get brought up in a little more pick and roll action? You know, if Denny's not just going to bring the rock up the court and then drive to the center, which is kind of his patent move this year, what does that look like? You know, is he taking more shots? Is he still being aggressive to the basket? It's it's almost like a preseason game, you know? Throw it at the wall and see what happens. Have more Shai off the ball, to your point. Have him not be the creator, but have people maybe create for him.
Have him be a secondary guy. And then when he all of a sudden guys are running to chase him out, now he gets to attack off the second side, and then he can create.
And if you're down by 6, feed Denny or Jeremy the ball.
Yeah. Let them go. Let
them cook.
Let the guys who know what to do and how to do it go do the thing. I was just looking up over the last 15 games. You know what Denny's averaging?
Well,
28, 8, and 7.
Ooh, the 8's gone up because it was 20, or it was
26.
27.
It was 26, 8, and 7. I'm sorry, 26, 7, and 8. It has actually gone to 28, 8, and 7 now. He's got 28 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds. It's just, and he's averaging almost a steal and a half a game.
He is him.
I mean, that's bonkers. Shaedon's leveled out his three-point shooting. He's 36% on 6 attempts a game from 3 over the last 15.
There's room for improvement there.
Look, Shai is one of the weirder cases of shooters I've ever seen. Not just as a Blazer, I mean, ever seen. His jumper doesn't look broken. There's you watch Ronnie Brewer shoot, and you're like, yeah, nope. That arm is parallel to the ground, dog. That's never going to work.
I haven't seen that. I haven't heard that name in a long time.
I mean,
I had this thought with Steph for a while, too. I was like, what are you doing, dude? Well, it looks like when you slow it down, it looks better. But at the start, it looked like he was flipping the ball because he moved so fast.
Well, not just that. He also, him, Dame, and Ant Simons all shoot from their chest.
That's what it is.
It's
sometimes
flat.
It feels like you're flipping the ball.
It's not Clay or Ray where it's a high, or even like Jeremy, like these high technical releases. You would never, ever teach somebody to shoot like Steph, Dame, or Ant.
No, never.
What all three had in common was they were small.
I was just about to say that.
And so they had to power from here, and really, if you watch them shoot, how they get their legs underneath them, which, coming back to Shaedon, anytime Shaedon misses, watch his feet. Because his release is not, his release is good, but if you watch his feet, if his feet are rushed, or if his feet are together, or if he doesn't get his feet underneath him, you can almost guarantee it's going to be a miss.
Is he worried about coming down?
No, it's just a footwork thing.
Just a mechanic.
It's just when he gets Scoot struggled with this his rookie year. That's why it was just oof. All of a sudden, he put a ton of work in with Derek Fisher in the offseason. Remember last year, he started to really shoot the ball well from three toward the second half of the season. And the biggest part of that, again, his jumper didn't look broken. It was him getting his feet underneath him. Now, Shai can hit some off-balance shots. I'm not saying he can't.
Well, his athleticism.
That's the thing, is his ability to kind of contort himself. Now, you can watch Dame, and Dame can do that, but watch Dame's footwork on his shot, because Ant's footwork is almost exactly like Dame's because he worked with him on it. CJ was very similar. Their footwork is so repeatable, it's disgusting. And it's that's when you see, the same with Steph. The stuff they do, the way that they drill that, their feet are in the same launch position every time. And I just wonder if Shai can get to that point where he steps into that and he gets his footwork much more under control, if that will translate into him. He's not going to be Ray Allen. That's
Ray Allen is a top 3 shooter of all time.
Yes.
Of pure shooting.
But I'm but can he be a 37% guy on 6?
That's what I was saying. Like
can
a
he,
little bit. He's got a little bit of room
like,
to grow
can
there.
he get? I don't ever expect him to be a guy that gets above that. I mean, we're in year 4 and he just hasn't. So
anybody shooting three points above 40% is a tall task to ask.
Well, I'm saying like kind of the line of demarcation is kind of like 36.5. That's your league average.
Mm-hmm.
If Shea can get to that 37, just be there. Be like a legitimate threat. We're like, he takes 6 of these a night. We do have to worry about him because he can get hot. You know what I mean? Kind of those deals. If he does that, it opens his game up a ton.
Game is at 7 o'clock tonight against the Miami Heat. Tickets as low as $12, according to ESPN. So go on in there and root against the Heat. As we never forget. I'll never forget you guys. No, I don't want Tyler Hero and some garbage for Damian Lillard. So I hope you lose tonight. It's not even because I'm a Blazer fan. It's because Heat fans on Twitter and Reddit suck. So take that, losers. When we come back, drama in L.A. No, you hate me. No, you hate me. We'll go there next. But first, the Kahuna with sports.
I hear they got some tasty burgers.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This update brought to you by Big's Chicken. Try their smoked and fried wings, tossed with a perfect dry rub and served with a trio of killer sauces. Menus at bigschicken.com. First on the Fan, the Trailblazers with a shot to go over 500 for the first time since November 12th. They host the Heat tonight. 7 o'clock tip on KUNP 2.2 on your antenna or Xfinity 302 and 1016. Jeremy Grant, Drew Holiday, Robert Williams III, and City Sissoko are all questionable. Tyler Hero out for Miami with a rib issue. The Blazers are 1.5-point favorites. AP NFL Awards finalists have been announced. Josh Allen, Trevor Lawrence, Drake May, Matthew Stafford, and Christian McCaffrey are the finalists for MVP. McCaffrey, the first player to be a finalist for 3 AP NFL awards. That would be MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, and Comeback Player of the Year. The Buccaneers hiring Falcons offensive coordinator Zach Robinson to be their new OC. Mary Kay Cabot of the Cleveland Plain Dealer reporting Chargers defensive coordinator Jesse Minter will not interview with the Browns today for their head coaching position as originally scheduled, likely because he feels other opportunities are more certain. The Bills completing an interview with former Giants head coach Brian Daboll for their head coaching vacancy. And we've got some golf. PGA Tour in La Quinta, California, across 3 courses for the American Express. We have now a 5-way tie at the top of the leaderboard. Excuse me, it just switched to 4. At 4 under par, you've got Doug Gim, Vince Whaley, Scotty Scheffler, and Tom Hoagie. 1 stroke back is a huge logjam. Takumi Kanaya, Sam Stevens, Johnny Kiefer, among others. Former Oregon Duck Wyndham Clark, 2 under par. Justin Rose, Ricky Fowler, Jason Day are 1 under. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Jeff Rust from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of dirt and spray. Weekday morning 6 to 10 a.m. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 a.m.
Can you go into the portal without actually being able to go somewhere else? We're going to find that out.
Well, legally he can.
As the world turns in college football and transfers and NIL and contracts versus no contracts. We'll get to that in 15 minutes. But I thought we'd stay in the association. And as I kind of teased earlier, Danny, like, we don't really talk about the Lakers a lot on this show. I don't think the Lakers really get talked about a lot on this station to begin with. I think the national media kind of takes care of a lot of that.
They cover that for us.
They cover that for us. I'm sure behind me. Oh, you're watching McAfee. If you were on ESPN, I'm sure there'd be something about LeBron being traded and Luka being garbage at defense. But this story has been kind of developing over the last few days, and now that Baxter Holmes has kind of put it out, people are starting to try and protect themselves. And basically, the story entails Jeannie Buss as the operator of the Los Angeles Lakers after her father had passed, basically railroading LeBron James and telling him he should be grateful that he's here, et cetera, and the sibling rivalry that forced the sale of probably top 5 marketed brand in America, sports.
I believe the Lakers are the most valuable now.
Really? More than the Cowboys?
It's the Lakers or the Warriors.
Than the Cowboys?
Yeah.
Or the Yankees?
Yes.
Dodgers? Really?
Yes.
Oh.
The valuations came out. I believe.
I know they sold for $10 billion to a guy who found some Saudi money. Shocking. When's that story come out?
I mean,
I guess we already just know, and there's nothing to do about it. But in essence, the rift between the Lakers and LeBron James forces the sell of, the second or most historical franchise in all of NBA history. And to Bisciotti's point, who owns the Ravens, we talked about last week, not wanting to give his business to his kids because it never ends well, this is what he's talking about.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's no doubt. Okay, so the Cowboys are tied according to Forbes, but it's them and the Warriors as far as valuations.
Wait till Steph Curry retires, because then the Warriors are going to.
It's not. It's the building and the location.
Okay.
I mean, it's VC Bros. That's where that comes from. So.
Well, wait till they're really bad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're not wrong, but this whole thing, after Dr. Buss died, it took 4 years, and Jeannie ousted some of her family out of the organization.
Her brothers?
So, yep, you got to go. Some of them were able to stay around, and then she ousted basically the rest of them. Mm-hmm. And this sale came about and came to fruition because the Celtics sold.
You kind of look around and you go, whoa, the Celtics sell for, what, 8.5?
Mm-hmm.
They sell for 8.5? What can we get? Let's also not forget, and we've talked about this with owners a lot in all sports, the Buss family is cash poor.
Yes.
They are not rich
They
people.
are a traditional team ownership family. Take the Maras, the Rooneys, you can
the
take
Hunts.
Yeah, all the Davises, like the Browns, like those families. Don't get me wrong, they have money, but they don't have FU money. They do not have Ballmer. Like, Ballmer's the richest owner in the world of sports.
Steve Cohen's probably number 2 for the Mets.
Yeah, like they like Ballmer, I think he's like worth $140 billion or something along those lines. It's just like he has money to, like, that's the thing is, like, I don't know if you guys have noticed the Pablo Explains It All investigation into all of the things Clippers just stopped.
Right, weird, huh? How'd that happen?
Why? Because Steve Ballmer has more money than God, and the legal team he can hire can outrank the literal combined value of every owner remaining.
And now you're in a spot where you got to be extra careful what you say. You know, you can have, hey, these sources told me this and this and this, and I've got that out on.
You got to have it. You got to have it nails.
Yep. And now you got to be quiet.
Like Paul Allen was that guy in the NBA for a very long time. Paul Allen held the seat at the table for the owners' meetings.
And the one thing that we felt good about being a local team owned by Paul Allen, never came across as a jerk, really.
No.
You know, I think that's what made Jody a little difficult on people. Was Paul was kind of soft and lovable.
Well,
I mean, like, staunch businessman.
Yeah.
But you felt, not that you could relate to the man, but he sat courtside at every game. You know, he loved his team.
No,
was willing to talk to people, things like that.
Well, that part not so much.
Yeah, maybe not in his later years.
Well, no, I mean,
I met Paul Allen. He's nice to me.
We got a State of the Union basically off to the side once a year, but I mean that's still more than we have now. But the whole Buss thing. Look, we brought this up before. Dusty and I have talked about this. You see Baxter Holmes in your building.
Adios.
It's time to do a little reconciliation of your affairs, of like what's going on in your closet.
Time
like,
to scrub real quick.
Like we were
I might just resign.
Like we were talking about this yesterday.
I like sell sodas at the concierge on the concourse. Baxter Home walks in. It's like, I'm quitting today.
Yeah, no, we were talking about this off air because on NBA Today, so up at the dais they've got Malika, they have Chanae, they have Danny Green, they have Kendrick Perkins, they have whoever's up there. Well, when Ramona Shelburne, when Baxter gets up there and starts talking about this, everybody leaves the dais.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Malika and Baxter. Why? Because Baxter has a gravitas and a objectivity that is not untainted, but is above reproach. Because when he comes in and says something, he has done the necessary legwork, and everybody else has their own agendas. There are people that appear on that show that have very, 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 very good relationships with the Buss family. And they were not anywhere to be found.
There are no biases when it's Baxter Holmes.
If Baxter Holmes comes in there,
I will say it. I am very aware that it is not Ramona Shelburne.
Yeah.
I am very aware. I understand you, buddy. I got your back. I have no problem being the one to say that. I am aware that it is not her doing an investigative journalism piece on her best friend in the world.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that.
So it's one of those things where ESPN is like, it's Baxter, it's we got to do this kind of thing. But I also wonder how much of that is new ownership and Mark Walter going, because remember with Cuban, I still have a say in the team.
Mm-hmm.
He did not.
He did not.
And the Celtics ownership group is like, well, we're going to still have a say in the team as we transition into 27 and 28. Go ahead and check in next year. And like when you sell a team, like look, the whole idea of like Jody Allen and Burt Cold having a say in things starting in March. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
You don't spend billions of dollars to let somebody else have a say in something.
Also when you buy something, say it's a car. Okay, You buy a car and you realize the alternator's kind of got to go, some belts need to be replaced, and the brakes need to be redone. When someone says, "Hey man, how's the new car that you bought?" You're like, "It's fine, I enjoy it, but it has this problem, this problem, this problem." The other person says, "Oh, that sucks, man. Those people sold you a crappy car." When you are that person and you put in that money, say you are the new person, the new owner of the Celtics or the new owner of the Lakers, if you see some internal issues like what this Jeanie Buss thing at the Lakers is doing, you want to air all that out to be able to start fresh, and say, look, here's what we're doing. We are eliminating all of this noise from the situation. Is LeBron a pain in the ass? Yeah, LeBron is a pain in the ass. Is he sometimes dramatic? Yes, of course. Is there nepotism with his kid? Without a doubt, I see all that. But he's been pretty quiet on all this. And he's been pretty professional about this. And someone's trying to throw him under the bus left and right. And I'm sure Lakers brass now is like, LeBron, don't worry. We got you.
Well, the new Lakers brass, because Jeanie is basically saying that LeBron was ungrateful because they drafted Bronny James. Like, I don't know. That seems like Jeanie seems like you're kind of ungrateful that LeBron James came to LA.
Yeah.
Because
he chose to come there.
And he didn't do
this
it.
Isn't we traded for Shaq.
No, and it's not only that. It's not that he chose you. He chose the Lakers.
Yeah.
And it's there and there's
no matter who they're owned by.
Exactly. And there's a line in here, interviews with current and former Lakers staffers with direct knowledge of key events and sources close to and within the Buss family reveal the post-Jerry Buss era, Dr. Buss died 2013, with the Lakers been defined largely by sibling infighting, subterfuge, attempted coups, and deep family distrust. Even after the sale closed, questions linger among some family members about whether the sale was in line with the family trust.
This sounds like the funeral I have to go to on Saturday.
And here's where it gets even dicier. And whether a sibling, Jeanie, quietly took financial care of her allies and friends. If you're not aware of that allies and friends relationships, that is the Ramby. The Rambis family. Like, people that are around the Lakers have tried to get the Rambis family. Kurt Rambis' wife is one of Jeannie's best friends. Mm-hmm. And Kurt is a lot. They both have a lot to say in that organization.
Rambis has been around forever in that place.
Yes. But the line is, took financial care of her allies and friends at the expense of her own family. Jeanie Buss, I don't think my dad would be happy with the way things went down. Not at all.
No, not at all.
I mean,
old man is mad. Dad's not happy.
And this is before you even get into the LeBron stuff. It just keeps going and going and going and going and going. It's like, this is where being in a market like LA, where you have the allure of Los Angeles and all the money and all those things, you've got the biggest TV deal in the league, like Spectrum Sports. I think they pay like $140 million a year for the TV rights. Like it's bonkers. So despite all of these advantages that you still have this.
Yeah.
And that's why you're probably going to see LeBron on a different team next year.
If he plays at all. I think he's going to play, but
what do you mean you think he's going to play? He's not going out without a retirement tour. Are you out of your mind?
Yeah,
just get that thought out of your head.
Right.
Oh, I don't make me. No, of course he's playing.
Hey, stop yelling at me.
He's going to have 29 teams kiss his ass on the way out.
Yeah,
Are you
that's
kidding
true.
me?
That's true. I might go to the Blazer one.
Yeah, 100% you will. Like, he is 100% having a retirement tour.
Somebody who might be forced to retire because they're not allowed to switch teams in college football. Quarterback drama reigns supreme again. We'll get to Darian Mensah here. 105.1 the FM and 1080 AM. Switch over to the NFL in hour number deuce. Talk some quarterback action, some awards, and I'm going to read the rule book for you today. Buckle up for some riveting radio, friends, because I'm going to read the rule book in the NFL, and we're going to see how this is stated and put an end to the controversy once and for all.
No.
Probably not. But I thought it might be some fun. Plus, we'll have Web Gems at 11:45. It's a 10 toes down Thursday as well, so get those in 503-864-6326 or over on the YouTube chat. Got a decent amount coming in already, so definitely probably going to be a double seggy, and get those in. Make sure we have enough time to get to all of them. But let's get into college football real quickly, and I know we kind of put a bow on the season yesterday, but I know little things are going to sneak out throughout the times and stuff like that, and we're not officially done in the transfer portal and things like that. But this story keeps getting kind of weirder and weirder, and that's the quarterback at Duke University, ACC champ Duke University, quarterback Darian Mensah. Dare I say, Danny's preferred choice of the future quarterback of the Las Vegas Raiders.
Indeed.
Darian Mensah. Great arm talent. Had a great season at Tulane a couple years ago. Made the jump to Duke. They basically swapped quarterbacks. And, Tulane was better than Duke, which is a funny story. But there's no doubt about it that Darian Mensah is a very, very good quarterback.
He was very good.
And it was kind of a surprise that he was coming back for another year. We kind of thought he'd go to the draft and be second, third round, day two maybe.
I mean, he was second in the nation in passing yards.
Yeah, kid can throw the rock for sure. Well, he has
34-6 touchdown interception ratio. Like,
not bad.
Pretty damn good.
He signed an NIL deal with Duke to return next year.
And I think it was a 2-year deal, if I remember right.
And then pulled an old Damon Williams and said, well, actually, I don't
Well, he signed the deal last year.
Yes.
So it wasn't
There's 1 year left on it.
Yeah, it wasn't like he signed, like Damon Williams signed a deal.
And then 2 days later.
He decided to go against it. So there is a distinction in those two things. But now we have a legal case where Duke is challenging it. And I understand why they're challenging it.
Well, because he's decided to leave now all of a sudden. And we all know why he's leaving.
Because, I mean, he heard Ty Simpson was being offered $6.5 million and went.
And then heard Ty Simpson said no to a team that just lost by a drive in the national championship. Not a bad place to go
you've
play.
You've got Miami and you've got Ole Miss, who are both like, and LSU. And you're just kind of like, well, what's going on here? Like these teams that were vying for quarterbacks that, whether it's Ole Miss kind of doing what they did because they're still trying to figure out what's going on with Trinidad Chambliss because he's legally challenging that ruling. We'll figure out what comes out of that. But also Miami's in the market because they went deep into the playoffs and went to the final. They had a little, well, what are we going to do here kind of a situation. And they went out to Mensah and was like, we'll get him here because Miami offered Ty Simpson. It was Miami, Ole Miss, and there was one other school that were in the running for Ty Simpson to come back. $6.5 million. So
who else is getting paid that much?
I would imagine there's a couple quarterbacks that are getting paid quite a bit.
Yeah.
I don't think Dante Moore came back for free.
I don't think he's getting paid $6.5 though.
Why would that surprise you?
Because then they might be spending $10 million in their quarterback room.
And?
It's a lot of money.
Jaden Mayava didn't come back for free to USC.
Yeah. What's Underwood? Underwood's deal to begin with.
Was it 18?
I thought it was 10 a year.
I thought it was 18. I can't remember. Anyways, it's a lot of money. But the legal process is undergoing here because here's where the Duke case is. And this is interesting because, Duke is a big lawyer school. They are, the case that they're presenting is that they own his NIL rights, name, image, and likeness. Now, what could come out of this, and we saw this kind of challenge with the kid that went from Wisconsin to Florida State. I can't remember what it was, where Wisconsin was claiming that they held his NIL rights. So what does that mean, and how does that transfer or not transfer? And how can you actually pay him if it's not via NIL? Well, what I think this case could do is this challenge, no matter which way it goes, whether Duke wins it or whether Mensah and his agency or his lawyers win this, I think this is going to end up being kind of the landmark case for players becoming employees.
I think so too. And the other big question that I think comes out of it is, let's say the result of this is that Duke owns his NIL rights, but he can go play for somebody else. If you're the University of Miami, and this is what we are assuming, no facts out there yet. We are assuming it's the University of Miami that wants him. Is the U willing to punt on any money you could have made off NIL or paid Mensah to still have him play quarterback? Are you willing to do that? I don't think every school will say yes. I don't think every school will say no. I don't know what Miami would do, but I'm fascinated by what they will do.
Or what they can
What they
legally
can do.
And
Are you
that's-
going to force him to go back and play quarterback? Does he have, is this, not to bring up Shaden Sharp again, but like Shaden like rolled his ankle in a Kentucky practice and was like, you know what? I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
And went in the top 10 of the NBA draft.
So congratulations, you have his NIL, and you're gonna like hold him hostage.
Or he goes, I got this hammy and I can't run on it.
Yeah.
And he sits out and just works out all the time and waits for the combine. I don't know. You know, what does that happen? Can he get sued for malpractice?
That's the thing is, it's going to open up all these things because they're treating it like a player contract.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what is it not?
A player,
A
well,
player contract.
There are no player contracts.
So, and that's if I'm the legal team for Darian Mensah, I'm not an employee.
Right.
So, sure, you want to hold on my NIL? All right, it's fine.
Then make me an employee, and boom, here it comes.
And that's where I think this is ultimately going to end up driving this.
Well,
to.
good, it should.
Because
It's really the next step.
He's a big enough name to have it matter.
Especially
And-
by the time this all plays out, could be starting in the NFL.
Yes.
So I think he's got good draft prospects.
No, I do too. I mean,
If Tyler Shuck can be maybe a rookie of the year, I think Darian Mensah can play in the NFL.
I mean, Darian Mensah's 6'3", 210 pounds, great arm talent, great athlete. Throw for 4,000 yards, has a 8-to-1 touchdown interception ratio. Like, he was pretty damn good. So, I understand why Duke wants to keep him. Why Manny Diaz wants to keep him because
course.
they can't go get a quarterback when
It's
a quarterback
also late.
enters the portal on the last day of the portal. But that's kind of the breaks because you don't want to make these guys employees. And I keep hearing these coaches. Pat Garrity, who's the general manager of Notre Dame's basketball program, was like, "Oh, it's such a big deal. It's such a mess, and we need to really do this and this and this." And he kind of comes around into it. He's like, "We need to make them employees." And I was like, yeah, dog.
Yeah, dude.
You do.
It's kind of written on the
That's
wall.
kind of what, and again, I hope this is where this goes, and I hope Darian Mensah gets to play next year, and I hope he gets to play wherever the hell he wants to play next year. Because, and here's where this gets
Until
interesting.
you
though.
step up and do it, the player's got all the rights.
Yes, and here's the thing, though. You make them employees. Do we start seeing players just signing one-year deals?
I mean, that's what I would do. I would never sign a 2-year deal.
And I think, but teams are going to push and be like, "Oh, well, we want you to sign a 2-year deal,"
Cool, then I'm not going there.
and that's going to be where does the leverage go, and then does it turn into free agency every year?
Look, Kyle Tucker could have got $70 more million if he played for the Mets over 7 more years. So I'm going to the Dodgers because I can do what I want. Alex Bregman, I want a no trade clause. I'm going to the Cubs. Bye.
It all depends on what you want, and that's what's going to be interesting. Is like you want to talk about free markets. That's where this is going to get. But the university is going to come in over the top and drop a CBA. It's going to right out of the gate when it comes out. It's going to have a lot of language that's favorable to them.
They're going to want 3-4 years.
They're going to want 2 minimum.
Yep, 2 minimum. Almost NFL draft status. Yep. We'll stick with quarterbacks, but let's go to the big boys. How awesome has quarterback play been this playoffs, guys? It's just absolute riveting stuff to watch. Our number deuce is next. 105.1 The Fan.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This update brought to you by 808 Hawaiian Restaurant. Mixed plates like Grandma used to make if your grandma were from the Big Island, Woodstock, Burnside, Beaverton, or online at ate-oh-ate.com. First on the Fan, the Trailblazers with a chance to go over 500 for the first time since November 12th. They host the Heat tonight. 7 o'clock tip on KUNP. 2.2 on your antenna or Xfinity 302 and 1016. Jeremy Grant, Drew Holiday, Robert Williams III, City Sissoko are all questionable. Tyler Hero is out for Miami with a rib issue. The Blazers are 1.5-point favorites. AP NFL Awards finalists have been announced. Josh Allen, Trevor Lawrence, Drake May, Matthew Stafford, and Christian McCaffrey are the finalists for MVP. McCaffrey, the first player ever to be a finalist for 3 different AP NFL awards. That would be that MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, and also Comeback Player of the Year. The Buccaneers hiring Falcons offensive coordinator Zach Robinson to fill the same role in Tampa. Mary Kay Cabot of the Cleveland Plain Dealer reporting Chargers defensive coordinator Jesse Minter will not interview with the Browns today for their head coach position as scheduled. The Bills have completed an interview with former Giants head coach Brian Daboll for their head coaching vacancy. Over in the PGA Tour, they are in La Quinta, California, across 3 courses for the American Express. And at the top of the leaderboard, now all by himself, Vince Whaley at 6 under par through 10 holes. Scotty Scheffler is 1 stroke back in a logjam at 5 under par. He is through 7 holes. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Jeff Rust from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of Ducks Game Day. Before and after every Ducks football game this season. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Hour number deuce here, Portland Sports Leader. If you missed,
You said deuce.
if you missed any of the first hour, you can download that, the Fan Podcast, 1051thefan.com, the Odyssey app, wherever you get your podcasts. Correct, Q? We're all doo-doo around here, but we appreciate you hanging out with us. You can jump on the YouTubes as well. If you missed Josh Pate this morning on with the Sunrise Guys or Lucy Birch, the Queen of Dongs, yesterday, you can go back and check that out. If you're not going to be able to watch Primetime Live because you're pre-funking for the Blazer game, you can go check that out. The Odyssey app, YouTube, rewind, fast forward, except in the future, that'd be impossible. Coming up this hour, we'll hang out in the NFL for a little bit. NFL awards are announced, and I'm going to ask the question, do they think we're stupid? Because I think they think we're stupid.
I mean, the answer is that.
I think they think we think that they think that we think we're stupid.
I mean, yes, all of the things.
I'm going to pull out the rule book for a moment, which is going to be riveting, I promise. But we have conference title games this weekend, Danny.
We do.
I'm going to have to pay for Wi-Fi on an airplane to be able to watch these games.
On an airplane that has a propeller.
Yes, that has one singular propeller. We'll see how that goes. Wish me luck. If I'm dead, at least I don't have to come back to work on Monday.
Ross, you weren't here yesterday. Have you ever been in bad turbulence? Like falling a couple 100 feet turbulence?
No, not like that. No.
Okay.
Little bumpy, sure, but yeah, nothing terrible.
Just your butt turns into a suction cup.
I have a tough time. Takeoff and landing are the tough spots for me. Which I'm sure I'm not alone there.
Yeah. I saw somebody posted a meme yesterday that was like, I didn't realize I'm full bought and sold on bidets, but I didn't realize when the power went out because it was 0 degrees.
Ice cold, baby.
That would affect the bidet, and I think I talked to God for a moment. I can imagine, buddy. I can imagine.
I mean, I mentioned this the other day. I had a paint can explode on me.
Yeah, you told us that.
Yeah, I had to, because I was covered in paint and moving out of the house that has hardwood floors. I couldn't go into the house to go take a shower. So I had to use the outdoor hose and get down to my drawers in my front yard on a 33-degree day and hose off. Let me tell you, that water ain't warm.
Ain't warm.
Oh, my God. My skin felt like it was burning.
In the conference championships of the NFL, we have the Seahawks taking on the Los Angeles Rams in the NFC. Seahawks being the 1 seed. That'll be a wild game up in Seattle. That's the night game or the late afternoon, early evening game on Sunday. The afternoon game will be the Patriots at the Broncos.
I don't know. ESPN's analytics have this at 60-40 New England. How? The quarterback hasn't played ball in 4 years.
It's NFL. Anybody. Drake May did not have a great game against Houston.
Nobody's had a great game. And also, nobody has a great game against Houston.
That is also true. But I want to ask you this. Of the 4 quarterbacks remaining, okay, we can all admit that quarterback play across the board.
Last week sucked.
Not just last week. The week before, Aaron Rodgers, doo-doo. Trevor Lawrence, Like, not C.J. Stroud terrible, but not good. C.J. Stroud was terrible the week before. Quarterback play in general has been really, really rough this postseason. So let me ask you this question. Our quarterbacks are Drake May, Jarrett Stidham. Obviously, there's a little caveat there with Bo Hurt, Sam Darnold, and Matthew Stafford. If you look at the teams that could have realistically made a playoff run this year, can you find me a worse collection of 4? Stafford obviously going to be the MVP.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold, solid.
And Drake May
having a great
second,
season.
probably an MVP.
But none of them have played well this postseason.
No. But I also think that's a nod to defenses around the NFL and their return to supremacy in a sense. But also, you take a look at the Bears-Rams game. It was played in bitter cold and snow. I think that you have to at least solve for that. Then you have a bunch of young quarterbacks and untested quarterbacks. What do we not have right now? We do not have Josh Allen. We do not have Patrick Mahomes. We do not have Joe Burrow. We do not have Lamar Jackson.
We don't even have Baker Mayfield.
Guys who are tested.
I mean, let's take this.
Stafford is the only tested guy left.
And let's spin this on its head. Would you rather have Sam Darnold or Brock Purdy? Real quick.
Sam.
Sam. Okay. So
I think Brock's more consistent generally. But I think you can get more out of Sam.
So let's spin this for a second, okay? Obviously, the Niners got completely blown out by the Seahawks. Let's just pretend that was a close game and could have gone either way. As bad as C.J. Stroud played, they had a chance to win that game.
They still could have won that game.
They still could have won that game. So we, in theory, could be sitting here with Jarrett Stidham, C.J. Stroud, Brock Purdy, and Caleb Williams. This is not an open shot for me to take Caleb Williams.
It is, though.
But that would be an absolute disaster of a quarterback situation.
I'm going to counter that and say it wouldn't.
Well, Caleb would get the hype.
No.
Caleb would get the hype like Drake's getting the hype.
I'm
right
not talking
now.
about that. What do we not have in that group? Old guy.
True, but Stafford as the old guy's the MVP.
I know, but there is an ushering of new era quarterbacks
Fair.
finally coming in.
But I guess what I'm trying to say is like C.J. Stroud, had he got here, would have gotten here with 9 turnovers.
Sure.
And looking like one of the worst quarterbacks I've ever seen in postseason history.
And you know what else we get? We have the best parity maybe we've ever seen in the NFL.
That's fair.
And
Damn it, stop, dude. I'm trying to make a point here.
I mean, your point stands, but I look at it from a different lens of I'm like, don't get me wrong, I like the cool story. Not all of them. I hate all the Tom Brady stories. I hate all the Patrick Mahomes stories. I hate the Chiefs and the Patriots. They can both go to hell. But in my bias, I love watching Joe Burrow play. I want to see the Bengals do well. I love Josh Allen. I want to see him do well.
Yeah, Lamar is unpredictable.
Yeah,
I want to see
him do well.
Mahomes comes back with 13 seconds on the clock.
I don't want to see that.
I know, but it's good entertainment.
But I want something new. I want to see somebody else get a shot. Now, I wish it wasn't the Patriots and
the Brands
Broncos.
The Brands really stink.
You want to talk about the sweet meteor of death? Sweet Jesus, strike Denver.
Just end it. I used to say that about Oregon UW at Montlake.
Yeah.
Just drop it. Just get us all out of our misery.
Patriots, Broncos, Chiefs, those 3 franchises I could go without ever hearing about ever again. I don't. There's not 3 teams in the NFL I hate more than those 3 teams.
Oh, I'm going to caveat, side note, or not caveat, but totally tangent on this. Outside of the Chiefs and Patriots, because they are the most recent mass dynasties, been in the last AFC championships for 15 years. One of those 2 teams. Are the Broncos not the most like equally hated amongst other fan bases?
Oh, God, yes.
Well, the Cowboys, obviously. But
Everybody
hates the Cowboys.
But
outside of the Cowboy,
the only people who
position-
like the Broncos are Broncos fans. There's you don't have to be a Steelers fan and go, I respect the Steelers. I like them.
Sure, yeah, great
If
organization.
you're a
the
Cowboys
Roonies.
fan, you hate the Eagles, but you're like, I kind of like those lovable lunatics. Like they're fun. Like
Yeah, you can bitch about their fans and they threw
yeah,
batteries at
but
Santa
it's like
Claus.
there's something about that. You're like, you look at the Raiders, like they're psychotic, and boy, they've been bad for really long. But
They got the best uniforms in
that
football.
silver and black really pops. You look
Black
at the
hole's
Broncos, and
kinda
you're
cool.
like, you suck.
Is it John Elway?
Oh, I mean,
Is it everybody
that
hates
weasel-faced
John Elway?
whiny. Just, I almost, it's for the first time in a long time, I almost cussed.
My dad used to call him Mr. Ed.
Oh, I hate that team so much. I will say the OG Broncos logo, good logo.
Oh,
The new one?
fantastic jerseys.
That stupid red-eyed horse. That thing's so dumb.
That's why if it's Broncos, Seahawks, man, I want OGs.
It is kind of tough to beat that Big D.
Oh, it is.
nice.
Who doesn't love a good big D? And it's gonna be cold outside. You got a big D in the cold. Come on now.
I was in the pool.
Yeah, but I mean, the Broncos are a team like nobody likes. If you're a Broncos fan, you like them. If you're not a Broncos fan, you're like, that team sucks. I don't like them.
It's wild, dude.
It's
I don't have a bias, and I don't like
Like
it.
the Chargers. Like if you take Duck fan out of it, like you're just like, I kind of like the Chargers. They're fun. Powder Blues, Lightning Bolts, Lenny Tomlinson.
I was a Charger fan for 15 years.
You know what I mean?
man.
Like just go up and down.
I got a powder blue LT in
There's
the closet.
people in Florida like Seahawks are fun. They want to, Legion of Boom.
Totally.
Like I can get down with it. Flip it over here to the East Coast, to the Southeast. We watch the Buccaneers play. We like Baker. They're fun.
All 4 teams playing now could use their throwbacks in the Super Bowl, and it'd be fantastic.
Be bangers. Is there a team?
Even the Rams, the Kurt Warner,
Oh, yeah,
Isaac
you kidding
Bruce
me?
Rams, the Eric Dickersons, those are rad.
Yes.
I like those a lot.
Is there a team in the NFL that hasn't really done anything? I don't say they've done anything to deserve it. They've had players like Romanowski and they've had players like Elway. Don't be wrong. I like Terrell Davis. It's a fun story. But and even Stink, like Schlereth, but his Broncos stuff is like, shut up already. But just look around the NFL. Like Packers. You love the Packers.
Well, yeah. I mean, Brett turned out to be kind of a creep and kind of a bad guy. But
love
I
the
loved
Packers.
watching Brett Favre.
The
Aaron
Bears.
Rodgers is great.
The Bears.
The Bears.
Like, just the Lions. Like, oh, those lovable losers. Dan Campbell. I love him. Like, just go up through every team in the NFL. Is there another team in the NFL that is like the Broncos where it's like, screw you guys?
Do you like? I present to you this name, Thanin Tharp.
I mean, I liked him when he played.
I hate him on TV.
Oh, yeah, no, I do too.
And all I do is think about him.
No, but even like the Browns, you hate the ownership, but
Right.
you're like, God, I wish they would not
Now-
suck so much.
Now, I will say this year's been a little different for me, though, for the Broncos. I like that defense. I like Surtain and Bo, I think, has been fun to watch. And
Benito, like, it's
they
not,
feel different.
It's not the players. It's
Even
the
the-
franchise.
Even the Peyton years were kind of like, ugh, they got Peyton?
But it's the franchise, not the players. There's something about that. Like,
what is it?
I-
Because everybody loves the state of Colorado.
It's I don't know, man. It's just like the Rockies are just functional. I think the Nuggets that people are ambivalent about outside of Denver, for the most part, despite Jokic being probably the best player on the planet next to Wemby. It's like, all right.
Yeah.
But people like Avs. People like
Avs are a great fan
That's like-
base. Great fan base.
like yeah, and it's a great team. The
Top 5 fan base in hockey, probably.
I mean the Sakic, Waugh, Foot teams were incredible, and now they're reloaded again.
Really
and they're
good,
running away in the NHL. But but there's something about the Broncos that's just like even people who hate the Chiefs. And a lot of people hate the Chiefs.
But the Chiefs are a new thing.
But even
Before the Chiefs, Trent Green, Alex Smith, Joe Montana, nobody really hated them.
But even before that, if you look at who tunes in to watch Chiefs games, it's one of the largest rating spikes.
Well, but that's now. That's Mahomes.
Yeah, how many years has that been going now though?
Oh, fair.
Like nobody's ever going to be like, I like the. You don't get general fan who's like, I'm a Broncos fan.
Yeah.
You get diehard Bronco fan and screw you.
Yeah, Bronco fans tend to be lifelong.
And they also tend to be, I can't say it.
I'm going to open up the real book. We'll have a conversation about that. We'll move along. Quarterbacks, basically, play better this weekend, please. Please. That's all we're asking for. 105.1 FM, 1080 AM. Danny yelling at me in the break about college basketball.
Yelling around you, not at you. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
It is true, dude. I really want it. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I really want people to understand that just because you lose a game in college basketball does not mean you're not the best team in the nation. Arizona, great run. Great team right now. Nebraska, we'll see when you get into the thick of things. Michigan is the best basketball team in the nation right now.
They're so freaking
They're
good.
so good. Oh, but they lost. So it's like, well, no, they can't be good.
It's like, all right.
Starting to get emails about fan madness.
3 NBA guys. Yeah.
Fan madness.
It's not that far away, buddy. What are we? A month away from tournament play.
A player who makes a catch must advance the ball. The ball. A forward pass is complete by the offense or intercepted by the defense in the field of play at the sideline or in the end zone if a player who is inbounds one of these three. A, secures control of the ball in his hands or arms prior to the ball touching the ground. B, touches the ground inbounds with both feet or with any part of his body other than his hands. And C, after A and B have been fulfilled, clearly performs any act common to the game, extend the ball forward, take an additional step, tuck the ball away, turn upfield, avoid or ward off an opponent, or he maintains control of the ball long enough to do so. Sounds pretty straightforward, correct?
Sure.
How many things in there are contradictory / judgment calls? All of them?
Well, here's the thing. I've
An act common to the game. Here are some examples, but not all examples.
not all things. I refed high school football for a handful of years.
Oh, I
and
didn't
it's-
know that.
Yeah, no, and the going through all the classes and all the kind of things like that. I did it in Florida. I did it in North Dakota. I did it when I got back here for a couple of years. So I think it was like 7 years total. And again, like there's different levels of it. Like North Dakota football, very different from Florida football, right? It's like, oh, that's a different sport you're playing. But you don't ever want letter of the law until you want letter of the law. You want
Truth.
spirit of the law.
Truth.
And in order to have spirit of the law, what do you need to have? Gray area.
Sure.
Because I'll use this example. I was refereeing a game at Tualatin High School. Friday night, Tualatin was playing, I think they were playing Sherwood. It was a big rivalry game, so I think it was Tualatin Sherwood. And I was a side judge, and so I'm running up and down the field all the time. And
Sounds terrible.
oh no, it was fun.
I'm exhausted thinking about that.
But it was there was a toss play away from me,
Mm-hmm.
and coach behind me is like, "You got to throw the flag. You got to throw the flag there, Danny." And after the play, I kind of jogged back to him. You know, they're getting ready to we move the chains up. I think it was timeout. Something like that. I had a second. And I looked at him, I go, do you really want me to throw that flag? Do you really want me to throw that flag right there?
He wanted you to throw that flag there.
Yeah. I was like, Coach, that's on the back side of the play, 15 yards away. There's no amount of speed that anyone was going to have to be able to make a play out there. He went out of bounds.
And if I throw that flag there, you're going to hate where I throw flags
Because
otherwhere.
I'm going to go start throwing them like crazy. And a few plays later, he comes over. He's like, I know. I go, I got you. Like, but like that's the kind of, because you've heard the old adage, you can call holding on every single play, but you have to have gray area because letter of the law versus spirit of the law is just interpretive. And look, I think it was a catch, full out. I think it was a catch.
I have some gray area for you.
Go for it.
The notes. Number 4 in the notes. The other ones are not really what's the word I'm looking for? They do not pertain to this situation. But note number 4, if a pass is caught simultaneously, that is terrible. Please don't ever do that.
Did the mic pick that up?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
If a pass is caught simultaneously by 2 eligible opponents and both players retain it, the ball belongs to the passers. If it is not simultaneously catch, if a player gains control first, an opponent subsequently gains joint control. If the ball is muffed after simultaneously touching by 2 such players, all the players of the passing team become eligible to catch loose ball. That part doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
If the ball belongs to the passers, if both players retain it. It is not a simultaneous catch if a player gains controls first and an opponent subsequently gains joint control. Thus again saying it is the offensive ball. Look, I know there's a Bronco fan out there that has blown us up on Instagram and on the text line, and I understand that that's your team, and I'm not anti-Bo, I'm not anti-Bronco, I'm not anti-anybody in this game. I know you are. I'm not anti-anybody in this game. I'm just, the dude hit the ground with the ball in his hand.
Have you seen an NFL player yet that hasn't come out and said it was a catch?
Joe Burrow, actually.
That's the only. I was just saying that is the literal only one.
I heard on Fan Happy Hour yesterday with Luke that it's his first social media post in 2 years. Was like, guys, it's not hard. I was like, whoa, Joe. I don't know, dude. Seems kind of hard.
He's the only.
4 days later, still talking about this.
He's the only one I've seen, with the exception of anybody who's Broncos related who was a former player.
Now, I mean, did it cost them the game? There's some gray area there.
Yeah. I mean,
there's some big gray area there.
There's the PIs and all that kind of stuff, too. It's a butterfly effect. It could have gone any number of ways.
Yeah. At least it's not like an unwritten rule.
Well, then you have, the let them play rule where in New Orleans where a man is murdered on the sideline and there's no flag thrown. That's a little bit different. That's not a gray area. That's I see nothing. I see nothing.
I also, like Zach points out on the YouTube chat about how it's been beaten to our head that to complete the catch, you have to survive the ground. I'm looking at the rules right here.
It ain't there.
Nowhere in the rules does it say he needs to survive the ground. The ball can't touch the ground, but nowhere does it say, I'm still looking, nowhere does it say he has to survive the ground.
And not only that, his knee was down.
100%.
So what are we doing?
I don't get it. I mean, great drama. Great drama.
We're never going to know what truly is a catch and what isn't because that gray area exists. And it's going to drive us crazy.
I know, and I think that's what's really tough about it. It's like there are plays in other sports, sometimes two guys are reaching for the ball in basketball, and you see it on both, and it's like, I don't know.
And what do you do? Jump ball.
Jump ball. Well, yes, that's a great point. There is that built in. I think what's really, really difficult is this is such an integral, common play in the game that is subject to confusion. And that is a fundamental flaw.
I don't think there's a good fix for it, though.
Oh, I don't know what it is either. I mean, it's good for us, I guess, but I don't know what the answer is either. But that's what's so challenging about this, and that's why I am struggling to wrap my head around. Look, I think it was a catch, but I can live in a world where it's not a catch and it's an interception. Like, I'm perfectly fine with however the referee said it. I think it's more me trying to wrap my brain around the fact that one of the most fundamental moments in the number one sport in this country can't be defined.
It's fine.
And it's not presented that way.
No.
That's the biggest problem too, is that even guys on the broadcast like a Troy Aikman or a Collinsworth who was a receiver, Troy who's a quarterback, or Romo who's a quarterback, Greg Olsen who's a tight end. Like, they sometimes are like, but they have to present it in a factual kind of way. Now maybe that's what it is. If we change the narrative around it and we all agree that it is subject to interpretation, but to the YouTube comments point, it's like it's beat into our head. Maybe it doesn't have to be beat into our head.
I think it does.
It's like a strike, man.
Yeah.
We don't know. Like, we bitch and moan about strikes all the time, but they're different from umpire to umpire.
And yet we have a little box that says otherwise, and we're putting computers around it to make sure that it gets called right.
But we all know that it's subjective. Why can't we get there with a catch? And that happens more often than a catch. Sorry, tangent over.
There you go.
We come back, NFL award nominees are released, and they think we're dumb. I know they think we're dumb. 105.1 The Fan. There's Rusty with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This update is brought to you by Mountaintop Metal Roofing. No maintenance, energy efficient, fire resistant, and a lifetime warranty. Do it once, do it right. Visit Mountaintop Metal Roofing First on the Fan, the Trailblazers have a chance to go over 500 for the first time since November 12th. They host the Heat tonight, 7 o'clock tip on KUNP, 2.2 on your antenna, Xfinity 302 or 1016. Jeremy Grant, Drew Holiday, Robert Williams III, City Sissoko are all questionable. Tyler Hero out for Miami. The Blazers are 1.5-point favorites. The Associated Press NFL Awards finalists have been announced. Josh Allen, Trevor Lawrence, Drake May, Matthew Stafford, and Christian McCaffrey are the finalists for MVP. McCaffrey, the first player ever to be a finalist for 3 AP NFL awards, that being the MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, and also Comeback Player of the Year. Mary Kay Cabot of the Cleveland Plain Dealer reporting Chargers defensive coordinator Jesse Minter will not interview with the Browns today for their head coaching position as was originally scheduled. The Bills have completed an interview with former Giants head coach Brian Daboll for their head coaching vacancy. The Buccaneers hiring Falcons offensive coordinator Zach Robinson to be their new OC. Ian Rappaport of NFL Network reporting the Cowboys finalizing a deal to hire Eagles secondary coach and passing game coordinator Christian Parker to be their new DC. And over on the PGA Tour, they are in La Quinta, California, across 3 courses for the American Express. Vince Whaley right now, all alone at the top of the leaderboard, 7 under through 11 holes. Scotty Scheffler is 6 under through 9. That puts him in a 2-way tie for second place. Alongside Tom Hoagie, Jason Day is 2 under through 5, and you got Tony Finau and Kashmir Keith Mitchell at 1 under par. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Jeff Russ from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of the Fan Happy Hour with Luke Anderson. Weekdays 2 to 3. The Fan Sports Network. 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Web Gems coming up here in about 10 minutes or so, as we do every single day at 11:45. It's a 10 Toes Down Thursday, so get those in, 503-864-6326. We'll do those at 12:15. We'll also talk a little bit about a coach who's got some serious needs in his new home. I'm a little confused about today, Danny. We spoke about it a little bit in the break.
Today?
Just about this topic.
Okay.
We are very anti-clock today. We're very anti-clock today.
It's been our worst clock day ever.
Oh, by far. It's not even close. We just came back and we have to break in 2 minutes.
I will say, we are the best clock show.
You're welcome.
We are.
I'm here for you.
I'm just saying, when I'm solo, I am religious on the clock.
Dude, I am just... Sacramento beat it into my head, dude.
Yeah, right.
Beat it in my head when I first got this stupid little job doing a baseball show. I was told that you have to. And then I heard other shows.
Not all of us have to.
Then I heard other shows and kind of giggled and was like, well, they've built in that cred,
Yeah. They have a different clock.
Yeah, they have the
That's all it
ability
is.
to,
Different clock.
They're 1,000 times better than me. Their ratings are fantastic. They're wonderful human beings. They're allowed to.
Yeah, clock schmuck.
Then I was like, wait a sec. They just do what they want.
Oh, you're just now catching on to that?
No, I knew that a while ago. Just trying to not bury them.
Yeah.
I love you all. You guys have great shows, and I love listening to
you?
them. I do. I actually do. I like everybody here, except for you.
There you go. See?
Yeah. Everybody else does great.
Perfect. That's how I like it.
NFL finalists have been announced. We can run through these real quickly. AP MVP, your finalists are Josh Allen, who is the reigning MVP. Trevor Lawrence, first Jacksonville Jaguar to be on this list. Drake May, the kid in New England. Christian McCaffrey of the San Francisco 49ers, and Matthew Stafford of the Los Angeles Rams. We all believe Matthew Stafford will win this award as he led the league in touchdowns and yards. Had himself a nice little year. They're in the NFC Championship. Not that these are voted on during this. They're voted on at the end of the season, kind of like baseball. Side note, I do love, and basketball, I do love that it's a league-wide and not AFC, NFC. You know what I mean? I do kind of like that. Christian McCaffrey has become the first player ever to be a finalist for the MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, and Comeback Player of the Year.
Really?
Yeah, only player ever.
Yeah, to be a finalist for 3 awards.
For 3 awards. That's pretty fantastic.
YouTube saying I look like you just dropped a nasty fart in the studio. No,
You look like you got a boo-boo.
No, I turned a certain way and my whole back just locked up on me as you were talking. So I kind of went to another dimension there for a second. That was
Sorry,
not
buddy.
fun. No, you're fine. That was not fun. But no, it feels like they got him right.
Oh, yeah, I think so, too.
Like nobody's complaining about these, right?
No, not at all. AP Defensive Player of the Year,
Duh.
Will Anderson Jr., Nick Bonito, Myles Garrett, Aiden Hutchinson, Michael Parsons.
We know whose award that is.
Oh, yeah, it's Myles. But, I mean, I love that Will Anderson's on this.
Yeah.
It's fantastic here. Bonito is like if you're a Bronco fan, boy, that's your boy. That's your ride or die. It's nice to see Hutchinson have a nice comeback year.
After
He is also
snapping his leg.
He is also nominated for Comeback Player of the Year. Michael Parsons was great and might have won this award had he not gotten hurt and Myles Garrett didn't exist.
Yes.
The most fascinating stuff on this, though, is obviously the AP Offensive Player of the Year award. Okay? Christian McCaffrey's on here. Did what only 2 other people have ever done in, accumulating all-purpose yards.
Shout out Marshall Falk.
Shout out Puka Nacua, who was definitely one of the top wide receivers. Bijan Robinson, despite not being the rushing leader, was a wow factor, even though James Dalvin Cook III was the rushing leader. And then Jackson Smith and Jigba, JSN of the Seahawks. Maybe the best wide receiver performance we've seen in a long time, since a guy named Moss, maybe.
I mean, if you give me a vote, that's who's getting that award.
The problem on this would be old Drake May is on this list. Now, we have long understood that the Offensive Player of the Year tends to go to somebody that's not a quarterback. Putting Drake May on this list and also being an MVP candidate makes me feel like they think I'm dumb.
Well, they're saying, hey, Stafford's getting the MVP. Drake May's going to get the Offensive Player of the Year.
But we've only ever seen that really last year with Lamar getting the Offensive Player of the Year. I guess but also, why isn't Matt Stafford on this? His stats are better than Drake May.
Because he's getting the MVP.
But that's dumb, man. That's rules for me and not for thee, and you know I hate that S.
Oh, that doesn't happen in the NFL. Well, of course it does. But again, if I were a voter, Stafford's getting the MVP, JSN's getting Offensive Player of the Year. That's the way I'd do it.
I think I'm giving it to Christian McCaffrey.
You would, because your father-in-law.
I actually didn't even think about that.
Okay, real quick. Which of those which of these players had a year that was reminiscent of the most dominant wide receiver we've ever seen?
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Okay.
Which one of these did something that only 2 other people have done in the history of the NFL?
Okay.
Splitting hairs. I wonder if they split votes and it goes to like Puka.
Look, it's not to take away from McCaffrey.
No.
It's a chicken or the egg. Did he get that because he was that good, or did he get that because he had to?
Well, I think that's the MVP argument.
Mm-hmm.
And can you accurately
And
evaluate?
again, I'm not taking away from it.
Sure. Can you accurately evaluate these awards and take out value versus production?
Real quick, name another Seahawks wide receiver.
Rashid Shaheed.
Jake Bobo.
What? I said Rashid Shaheed.
You would not have known that name 6 weeks ago.
That is true. I did not.
But the idea that the Seahawks have all these weapons too, like maybe this is my bias creeping in, because JSN, we know what Christian McCaffrey is. We know he's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
I mean, totally.
Like that's who he is. Did anybody think JSN was this good? I thought he was very good. I did not think he was this good.
Top 10, maybe top 5. Also, he's this good with Sam Darnold,
And with
an above-average quarterback.
But who else in that team scares you?
Nobody. Even that running back room took a little while to come on.
But I mean, K9 and Charbonnet, they're a very solid running back rooms. No doubt about that.
They're not Bijan, James Cook.
Yeah, you're not terrified of that. You're not terrified of a wide receiver 2. You're not terrified of wide receiver number 3. You're not terrified of the tight end. Like, for him to put it is. I don't want to say it's Burrow Chase, because it's, also T. Higgins exists. Gesicki exists. You know what I mean? It's like there's other things to go to there.
Sure.
In Seattle, where Sam Darnold's going with the ball.
All the time.
And you know who misses Sam Darnold the most? Justin Jefferson.
Without a doubt. Real quick, AP Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jackson Dart, Emeka Egbuka, Trayvon Henderson. I can never say this dude's first name. McMillan for the Panthers.
Teteroa.
Thank you. I always want to say Tetor, and then I do go, bleh. And Tyler Shock. Speaking of...
I know where you're voting.
I actually don't know what to vote. Probably Egbuka.
I
mean, Shuck had a nice final 6 weeks.
Who's our finalists?
Jackson Dart, Emeka Egbuka,
I go Dart.
Emeka Egbuka.
Henderson, McMillan, and Shuck.
Yeah, no.
You'll go Dart?
I go Dart.
Yeah, Dart's fun. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Abdul Carter, Nick Emanwari for the Seahawks, James Pierce Jr., Carson Schweizinger, Xavier Watts. 2 Falcons players on here. No wonder Stefanski likes that job.
I think I would go with Emanwari, even though he missed some games. But they were so excited to get him.
If you told me Abdul Carter was going to be on this list at the beginning of the year, I'd have been like, duh, because he won it. I wouldn't vote for him.
And then he had the season that he had, and then got dumb and watched porn during a practice session, and, oops.
Comeback Player of the Year, we'll be this real quick. Comeback Player of the Year, Stephon Diggs, Aiden Hutchinson, Trevor Lawrence, Christian McCaffrey, Dak Prescott.
Give me Hutch.
Trevor Lawrence is nominated for MVP.
Yeah, that's fine, but give me Hutch. Trevor Lawrence was the number 1 overall pick, and isn't coming off his leg getting folded into a V.
I bet you it goes to McCaffrey. I kind of like Dak on this list, but I'm not going to vote for him. He had a great year, though.
Again, we're coming back from what?
Being crappy?
From having a boot on his foot in Cabo? We saw Hutch's leg go the wrong way.
What are you coming back from, a boot in Cabo?
Come on, man. If you're talking about comeback player of the year, you're talking about Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah. Broken leg.
I mean, we all saw it.
Stephon Diggs, cocaine on a boat with hookers.
Again, so
I can come back from that real good.
I know we're up against it, but they had to change kind of the rules for this for the NBA because for the comeback player of the year award was guys coming off of drug suspensions for so many years in a row. It was like just dude coming off of blow or heroin year after
Rodman
year after
disappeared
year.
for 48 hours. Let's give it to him.
And they went, maybe we can't give it to them anymore.
AP Coach of the Year, Liam Cohen, Ben Johnson, Mike McDonald, Kyle Shanahan, Mike Vrabel.
It's a great list. I think you got to give it to Shannon.
I think it's Shanny, too. They all deserve it.
And it's not the AP, but the Pro Football Writers Association named Seahawks GM John Schneider as Executive of the Year.
Easy. I think that's a slam dunk hire right there.
I mean, you don't get credit for it last year, but you get JSN, you bring in Sam Darnold, you draft Emanwari,
that defensive line.
You trade away DK.
Witherspoon.
You move on from
you move
Geno.
off DK. Yeah.
Move
off of Geno at the right time. The ultimate right
Yeah.
time.
But like the moves they made, they all paid off because they were in the NFC title game.
Web Gems is next, and we'll call it an hour, and then we'll get to hour number 3, the big nooner. 10 toes down, 503-864-6326. That's Danny. I'm Patrick. This is Portland Sports Leader, 105.1 The Fan.
Sometimes it's good.
Aw, I've interrupted happy time.
Sometimes it's bad.
No, son of a...
It's Web Gems.
What'd you do?
The firm of Harris and Meringue on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 and 1080 The Fan.
All right, this Web Gem's everybody's favorite. We do it every single day at 11:45. Coming up in the Big Nooner, we will talk about a head coach and their lengthy list of needs. More importantly, the big one that he needs. Also, it's a 10 toes down Thursday. You have any questions that we must answer unequivocally? No wishy-washy. No fence sitting 2 feet firmly on the ground, all 10 toes. Or 9 if you work in construction. If you got 9 toes, honk your horn. We'll get to that in the Big Nooner. But the Web Gems comes to you by the way of college football. There was a conversation that I picked up a couple days ago, a week ago. I can't remember where I saw this. But they asked Carson Beck about going to class, and he said he graduated 2 years ago.
Yeah, he's taking electives.
You graduated 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Like, I remember we all laughed and joked about Matt Leinart taking ballroom dancing after winning the Heisman, but that was his last year at USC.
Yeah.
This dude hasn't taken a real class for 2 years. I mean, kudos to him for graduating. I'll give him that. I just think it's absolutely wild that this dude is literally making a mockery of the student athlete.
Well, stop.
Well, are we not supposed to get our degree and then move on to professional life? Huh?
Is he still going to school?
I would argue
is he still
no.
going to school?
I would argue, is he still going to class?
Is that school?
I would like to know his grades.
How many years did you go
I
to
want
college?
your grades.
How many years did you go to college for?
5.
Okay. How many years did it take to get a
Redshirted.
degree?
What's that?
How many years does it take to get a degree, generally?
Well, in these days, it's 5. They make it very, very hard on you to get a degree in 4 years now.
Okay.
They do.
I'm just saying.
They do. Go read studies. Like national average is like 5.5 now.
That's because people don't declare and because people take their time.
Because it's hard, man. I will
shake my fist at the sky right now. I got 2 bachelor's degrees in 3.5 years.
I went to college to be a broadcast journalist, and halfway through I switched and became an actor, and that's why it took me 5. Not because I was dumb or lazy or partied. I did that stuff anyway.
But the whole idea of student athlete has not been a thing for 50 years.
I know, but it's just a mockery.
I mean, North Carolina made up classes.
That's really bad. I hate that.
Which is why, again, what are we doing?
I had classes with athletes. They showed up sometimes.
Sometimes. We're going to employees who just happen to take classes. That's what we're going to do.
I wish I could just take classes.
Here's the thing.
I love taking college classes.
What is it, like less than 0.5% of college football goes to the NFL? Guess what? The rest of the guys there are going to classes.
Carson Beck's going to have a cup of coffee in the NFL.
Yeah,
That's about it.
But he's going to go.
Yeah.
He's probably going to be the 3rd or 4th quarterback taken.
In the 4th round.
And?
Yeah. If Dylan Gabriel's got a job, Shador's got a job.
Yes. If
Brock Purdy got a contract.
Yeah, he has a literal last pick. Like this whole idea of like, oh, he needs to. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Stop pretending. Stop pretending.
It's probably just because they don't like him because he looks like a vampire.
But the freaking 3rd tight end is going to go to class and go sell insurance. Like, yeah.
It's a good job.
I know. I'm not saying it like to besmirch the insurance sales game. Like, it is what it is. But it's like that guy's going to school.
Yeah.
The one guy who's not, or old 12 gauge at Ohio State. I didn't come here to go to play school. Yeah. No crap, freaking Cardale. We know
that. We know that. We know that. Well, maybe I'll just continue my hatred of Carson Beck. Maybe it's just that.
That's fine.
I don't really hate him. He just scares me when I look at him. I'm afraid I'm going to live in the night for the rest of my life.
Just you're going to walk into his place and he's going to be hanging from the apartment or
become a day walker.
Studio.
He's also the most random looking dude I've ever seen with full sleeve tattoos.
That was a
You
dude,
look at the neck up and then the neck down.
That was a switch up.
I'm very confused.
When he got
by
to
that.
Miami, and
I'm very confused by that. All right, when we come back, the Big Nooner is next. The new head coach in the Big Apple. He's got some lofty requirements, plus a 10 toes down. Stick with us. One more to go here. 105.1 The Fan.
I'm
From the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
If you've been arrested for DUI, you need a team of attorneys into whom you can place your trust. Call Reynolds Defense Firm today, online at reynoldsdefensefirm.com. First on the Fan, the Trailblazers with a shot to go over 500 for the first time since November. They host the Heat tonight. 7 o'clock tip on KUNP, 2.2 on your antenna, or Xfinity 302 and 1016. Jeremy Grant, Drew Holiday, Robert Williams III, City Sissoko are all questionable. Tyler Hero is out for Miami with a rib issue. The Blazers are 1.5-point favorites. AP NFL Awards finalists have been announced. Josh Allen, Trevor Lawrence, Drake May, Matthew Stafford, Christian McCaffrey are the finalists for MVP. McCaffrey, also a finalist for Offensive Player of the Year and Comeback Player of the Year. He is the first player ever to be a finalist for 3 different AP awards. Mary Kay Cabot of the Cleveland Plain Dealer reporting Chargers defensive coordinator Jesse Minter will not interview with the Browns today for their head coaching position, as was originally scheduled. The Bills have completed an interview with former Giants head coach Brian Daboll for their head coaching vacancy. The Buccaneers hiring former Falcons defensive coordinator Zach Robinson to be their new OC. Ian Rappaport of NFL Network reporting that the Cowboys are finalizing a deal to hire Eagles secondary coach and passing game coordinator Christian Parker to be their new defensive coordinator. PGA Tour is in La Quinta, California this weekend across 3 courses for the American Express. All alone at the top, you've got Vince Whaley. He is 8 under through 13. He's got a 2-stroke lead over a 5-way tie for second. That includes Scotty Scheffler and Tom Hoge. Ricky Fowler tied for 7th at 5 under par. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Jeff Rust from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for the Oregon Ducks, the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
All right, 2 down, 1 to go here. The firm of Harris and Meringue. Do this bad boy every single day from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., except for the days we're not here. Coming up after us, we'll have Duck Insider from 1 to 2, and then we'll toss it over to Luke Anderson for the Fan Happy Hour. And then you know it, baby. Primetime, Isaac and Suk, 3 to 7. Best show on the planet for a reason. 3 to 7. Bonus coverage tonight, Andrew Nemec recruiting with him from 7 to 8, bonus hour, giving you 14 hours of live, local, continuous, regional
Give them all
sports
14.
talk radio. Give them the whole 14. I almost quoted a Dre song right there, and I'm really, really glad I didn't. Really, really glad I didn't. I don't know if Rusty was paying attention either. I might have been in trouble. Coming up this hour, we will have 10 Toes Down here in about 15 minutes or so. Questions you ask us that we answer unequivocally, no wishy-washy. No fence sitting. We'll give you the full, firm answers. See what I did there, firm?
Good tea, firm.
503-864-6326 or over on the YouTube chat.
I love it when I drop one of those in there. I just look over at Russ and I just get a little chuckle while he's doing something else. Just get a little head shake, a little,
Just like that Denver Broncos Big D logo, right?
There you go. Uh-huh. Give him a
You
firm
guys are
big,
children.
firm big D.
Yes, I am a juvenile. I've said that many times on this program.
You eat that way, you talk that way, you laugh that way, huh? Walks like a duck, must be a duck.
Fart jokes, poop jokes,
Oh, boy.
genitalia jokes.
Oh, boy. So we'll get to that.
They
So-
never miss. They always land.
They always land. Something interesting that kind of came out of, and I know we kind of touched on a little bit, but now that it's kind of official, something I thought that was fascinating coming out of new head coaches being signed is John Harbaugh in New York. His contract now states that he reports directly to the Mara family and does not to his GM. What's his name? Shane?
Yeah, Joe Shane.
Joe Shane. I find this interesting. Apparently, he had that direct relationship in Baltimore, but I bet you that a lot of that was earned. Does it concern you if you're a Giants fan that he walks in and already kind of demands this, overseeing the
No,
GM?
he's earned it. But here's
Even
the thing.
though it's a new job, he's earned it. Let's not forget he did get fired
Okay,
from his
how many
last
coaches
job.
have one of them things?
Not many in today's. It's Andy,
Harbaugh,
Harbaugh, Sirianni,
McVay.
Peyton and McVay.
I think that's the list.
I think that's the list.
Yeah, you've earned it.
Shanahan is
Well, I mean,
28-3.
Tomlin, but he's unemployed.
Oh, Tomlin, yeah.
But unemployed. So
Right.
not technically one of those guys.
Nope.
And I bet you Tomlin gets what he asked for if he wants a job. You've earned that. You've earned that right. You've got 18 years as a head coach. You've earned that right to be able to go in there and do that. And if you don't want it, don't hire me.
Fair. I mean, we've talked about this with NIL stuff. You're not going to give me what I want? Fine, then I'll go somewhere else.
But here's also the counter to that. There's no buffer between you and the owner. That's the general manager serves as.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if you piss off Bisciotti,
You get fired.
you get fired. So everybody's like, well, you did this. And it's like, yeah, also the straight line of communication, who he reports to, there's no buffer. There's no, hey, I know you're the boss, but sleep on it.
Right.
Like, no, I mean, John's the guy for this. You know what I mean?
John was in a bad mood today. Don't take it personally.
Yeah, like there's that. That's why GM coach relationships are so important.
I think what concerns me is that it's twofold. One, you want to make sure this goes smooth if you're all parties involved. Two, it really tells me that I think Joe Schoen is on a very thin leash.
Do you want to tie yourself to a GM who is already on thin ice?
Absolutely not.
So why wouldn't you?
Well, and I think that's what a lot of people said about this job to begin with when Dable got fired was it was just Dable getting fired.
Yeah.
It's not Schoen as well because I think we both agree on this show that Brian Dable kind of got a bad rap in New York.
Remind me again, during the draft, remember what I said?
You were Jackson Dart.
Jackson Dart. Who does Dable want?
Jackson Dart.
Who is he hitching his wagon to?
Jackson Dart.
How does Jackson Dart turn out?
Who was he not hitching his wagon to was Daniel Jones. And outside of, the small window in Minnesota and the Shane Steichen revolution.
Eight or nine games. And look at
Danny looked washed. He looked like a bust. Outside of the one big run in a playoff game that he won, he looked bad and not like fixable. Like Bryce is bad, but Bryce might be fixable. And you're seeing that right now. Danny looked done.
Yeah, well,
Dimes looked done.
I would argue.
I started calling him Danny Two Nickels.
I mean, I'd argue Bryce Young has never looked good. He just looks less bad.
Less bad.
Like if you gun to my head, I don't even let you put the gun to my head. I'm taking Danny Dimes over Bryce every time. But to Dable's credit, Cam Scadaboo balled out. Malik Neighbors balled out. Jackson Dart balled out.
Seemed to have a decent culture there.
Teams seem to be going really well, except for that offensive line was doo-doo. Then Neighbors gets hurt. Scadaboo gets hurt. Dart gets his skull caved in multiple times. Why? Because their offensive line sucks.
Yeah.
Why? Because the general manager hasn't got them an offensive line the entire time he's been there.
Yeah.
Saquon was a monster despite running behind the tatters of an offensive line.
Do you think Brian Dable went to Joe Schoen and said, you know what, let's let Saquon walk. We don't need him.
Hey,
Highly doubt that.
Yeah,
I highly doubt that. That's a fireable offense to begin with. And so I wonder if John's had that conversation. He's had to have. Like, not only do I
if
report
he's reporting
to you,
the owner, he's had personnel conversations.
well, yeah, and I think you're reporting to the owner to your point that you've kind of earned that. You've earned that ability. You've got a Lombardi at home. Your last name is Harbaugh. He chose you. As much as you want Harbaugh, he chose you because he could have had any job he wanted.
But he looked at
chose
Jackson Dart. He looked at Malik Neighbors.
He looked at that
Scadaboo.
D-line. He looked at their draft
And to
pick.
Shane's credit, he did draft those guys.
Without a doubt. But letting Saquon go, I mean, even seeing what Danny Dimes did, even though you had Jackson Dart, still don't make you feel good. You can run into that. I don't think we should give this player an extension. Well, sometimes people get extensions because you're afraid of what they'll do somewhere else. It's a tricky way to do your job. And I wonder if the Maras have maybe changed their tune a little bit on Joe Schoen. Are you tapping me the clock?
I just flipped over to 12, and I was like, perfect.
have changed their tune on Joe Schoen after hearing what Harbaugh had to say. That
I mean, if the old adage that I bring up God knows how many times. If you're waiting to fire the guy, fire the guy.
Totally.
I'm just why?
But I'm curious if John Harbaugh does what I think he will do. And what did this team win this year? 5 games? If John takes him to 8 wins, is John worth 3 wins? Maybe. Sometimes coaching is worth that. Another year of progression on the kids. Another great draft pick will also be factors involved in that. But if he wins 3 more games, is he just saving Joe Schoen's job?
Well,
that's the other thing. Are we kicking this can further down?
No,
because you have a coach that might actually win.
No, I think it turns into Harbaugh will have a say in that.
Just get him out now?
If there becomes some sort of power struggle or something along those lines. Yeah.
Well, then Shane's got 1 year. Then that's it.
Well, it becomes draft my guys or else.
And I think Shane would draft his guys for job preservation.
But then it's, guess what happens? Then it falls back on John.
Giants fan, yes, it worries me. Why even keep Shane? Okay, welcome to New York. Enjoy your 1-year power struggle. This just means that Shane is waiting to essentially be fired until he pisses off John enough. That's on the fan text line. I think that's pretty straightforward. Yeah. I guess if you're Joe Schoen, you stick with it because you'll take the paycheck.
It's always better to have a job than not.
That's true. That's true. Speaking of that, let's break so we can keep our jobs.
All right.
It's a 10 Toes Down Thursday. Get those in 503-864-6326 or over on the YouTube chat. We got a decent amount in, so get them in before we get too full. 105.1 The Fan.
sitting here.
Sooner or later, man's got to pick sides.
This is 10 Toes Down, where the firm picks a side and is all in.
They know where I'm at. 10 toes down.
On the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM, 1080 AM. The Fan.
All right, 10 Toes Down here, 105.1 The Fan. We do this every single Thursday at 12:15. We're happy to have you along. This is 10 Toes Down, where you can ask us the questions and we must answer them unequivocally. No wishy-wash, no wavering. 2 feet firmly on the ground. All 10 toes touching grass, as I was told to do earlier.
I had to put all 10 toes down to stretch my freaking back out. Good God.
That's every day in here. That's every day.
Yeah, well, that one felt a little more aggressive.
Why is touching grass an insult?
It's a euphemism for nerd.
Well, I understand that, but grass is cool. Like fresh cut grass.
It means get outside, get offline.
Yeah,
Gotta do something.
yeah. Get out of the house, go outside, check out the real world.
But I do that all the time.
Just saying, that's what it is.
I got told because I wanted that I was contemplating season tickets by the Timbers that I should go outside and touch grass. Like, do you want me to literally go outside and touch grass?
Do we need grass around here?
They don't play They don't play on grass.
I know that's a problem. That's why
It is
Messi will never play here.
It's a really big problem, dude. 10 Toes Down, there's a bunch of great sod in the valley. Like, let's just go get that.
We are the literal grass seed capital of the world.
We sent sod to Brazil for the World Cup and Olympics. What are we doing here?
No, the Willamette Valley is the literal grass seed capital of the world.
I heard the Sunrise guys talking about fresh cut grass and how awesome it smells. Which reminds me,
Until your eyes swell up because you live in Newburgh and the wind blows all that stuff into your backyard every day for 5 years.
one of the most random things that I know is that most people probably don't, and I don't know why I know this, but I could answer the trivia question. Polyjuice potion in Harry Potter makes you attracted to somebody unnaturally because it smells like the 3 things you love the smell of the most. And I don't know why this, but Hermione Granger, hers are fresh cut grass, parchment paper, and toothpaste.
I don't really care for any of those.
I don't. Well, grass is awesome. Fresh paper out of a printer? Not bad.
Little Bermuda, little sesame.
Fresh paper that's kind of warm out of the printer? That's not bad.
It's lost on you, wasn't it?
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Caddyshack?
Oh, man, I haven't seen Caddyshack in forever.
The hybrid crossbreed of his grass.
Oh, that's
Bermuda,
right.
little sesame.
That's right.
Because it's grass.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in a long time. Yes, Rusty?
You've seen a lot of grass.
I love how the lingering smell of diesel fuel on my fingers after filling up the truck.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what my 3 favorite smells
Also,
are.
you said Polyjuice Potion, Mr. Harry Potter fan.
Yeah.
That's not what that was. The Polyjuice Potion, isn't that the one that changes you?
Oh, that's right. It's Love Potion.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, that's why it's random that I knew that, because I don't even know that.
Fan.
I'm a casual Harry fan.
You're like 1 degree removed from having a Harry Potter sticker on your car.
No, I'm not. I only have bands you hate on my car.
Okay. Did you read the books?
All 7. All 8.
Okay. You're 1 degree removed from having a sticker on your car.
Oh, because I read books.
All 8 of them?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, you can read them in like 3 hours.
Okay.
Good story.
You can read a book in 3 hours. It takes you 5 years to go through college.
Terrible human being as an author, but good stories. Just gotta separate the art from the artist. You know what I mean?
Unless
you know
it's
what I
Chick-fil-A.
mean? Unless it's Chick-fil-A, then I don't.
Weirdo.
10 Toes Down for the rest of your life. You can have the food of every country within the tropics or every country outside of the tropics. Which would you prefer?
That's a tough one.
Tis.
I think I would. I think I'd go for the tropics. Because you know what grows in the tropics? Potatoes.
Let's see. The tropics would cut you out of North America, Europe, and everything Japan and North. So no Japanese, no Korean. But you would get Filipino, Thai. There is some nice African cuisine, Indian.
There's so many different
Latin America,
That's the thing,
South
like,
America. Well, some of South America.
Yeah, but you get a lot of you get Peruvian, you get Mexican, El Salvador.
You would lose Argentinian, Chile.
Yeah, I mean that's okay.
No down under.
I'm not a huge Italian fan. do love Chinese, though, but I'd like Thai better.
The Tropic of Cancer goes straight through China, so you just need Beijing's way further south.
That's true. It is. Yeah.
Probably get some Beijing.
Okay. Yeah. A little Beijing beef.
Man, Korean and I'm outside.
Yeah.
I'm outside.
There's arguments to be made for both.
Japanese, Korean,
Italian,
European.
Yeah. You love your Parisian breakfast, so you definitely couldn't do
French,
without it.
Spanish, Italian. There's even some bad English food that I like.
Well, I can't believe Danny is so easily dismissing the Greek and Mediterranean food.
Well,
in all of this.
how far up does that go?
Not there.
The cancer is going to stop
I feel like we get some of Greece, don't we?
Israel north.
Okay, so I get my Mediterranean still. It's more southern Mediterranean.
Yeah, more
Middle Eastern.
Yeah,
but
Iran, Saudi Arabian.
No. Well, I mean, I can deal with that. Are you kidding me? I mean, Israel, Jordan, Syria. You're dealing with Mediterranean food.
Yeah,
but also I get Moroccan too. Nom, 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 nom.
Moroccan food is really good.
It's so
Let me
good.
double check that.
Lebanon.
You do not get Moroccan food.
Oh, what?
You do not.
How do I not get Morocco?
You don't get Lebanese either.
What?
If I mean the map is kind of small, but if my geography is correct, I don't think. Oh, you might get Lebanese.
Yeah, I should get Lebanese.
I don't think you get Moroccan though.
Mm.
You get Egyptian.
How do I get Egyptian
Just
and not
the
Moroccan?
tip of Africa misses it. The Tropic of Cancer goes just misses the bottom of the Mediterranean Sea. It's a tough one. Rusty, where are you on this? They don't have chicken fingers out inside the tropics, so are you going outside the tropics?
I was all prepared to say outside of the tropics until you threw Thai food into the tropics.
Thai food counts in the tropics.
Yeah, that's a tough one for me to eliminate. But I think I'm probably going outside the tropics.
And I couldn't. I can't say no to sushi. I also get northern Mexico, so I get. Oh, I wonder if the cancer. Oh, I think I miss Oaxacan.
I need my pasta.
You get the Italians.
Mm-hmm.
Do I get? I also get beer from Germany and North America, which make the best beer in the world. So there's that. I'm gonna go with that. What are you looking at?
Pulling up the map myself.
Am I wrong on any of these lines? I'm pretty sure you might get Lebanon, Jordan, but I don't think you get Israeli food. I love Israeli food. I used to live with this woman in college whose family was Lebanese. Oh, my God, one of the best cooks I've ever been around.
I mean, it's close.
That region of the world, dude, there's really, really good food.
Yeah, no. So, no, you're right. I do just miss Morocco.
That's what I thought.
It just barely misses it. But I get Mauritania, which I'm down with. Egyptian food, I'm down with. Yeah, no, I think I'd go Indian food, too.
Indian would be tough to lose.
Yeah.
That would be the one that would hit me the most.
Indian and Thai food would those are two of my absolute, and I still get some China. Yeah, I'm in. I'm in on the tropics.
You're in. I'm gonna break early.
Okay.
Because I don't want to get into one of these and get wrong. Does that sound all right with you?
Fine.
Last chance, my friends. 503-864-6326. Get any of your 10 toes in, and we'll get to those next. But first, that guy over there. That's the Kahuna with sports.
You mind if I have some of your tasty beverage to wash this down?
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This update brought to you by Laurelhurst Market, Steakhouse, and Butcher Shop. A great spot for any occasion. And don't forget, you save 10% on your Butcher Shop order when you dine in. Menus and more at laurelhurstmarket.com. First on the Fan, the Trailblazers with a chance to go over 500 for the first time since November 12th. They host the Heat tonight. 7 o'clock tip on KUNP, 2.2 on your antenna, or Xfinity 302 and 1016. Jeremy Grant, Drew Holiday, Robert Williams III, City Sissoko are all questionable for Portland. Tyler Hero out for Miami with a rib issue. The Blazers are 1.5-point favorites. AP NFL Awards finalists have been announced. Josh Allen, Trevor Lawrence, Drake May, Matthew Stafford, and Christian McCaffrey are the finalists for MVP. McCaffrey also a finalist for Offensive Player of the Year and Comeback Player of the Year. He is the first player ever to be a finalist for 3 AP awards. Mary Kay Cabot of the Cleveland Plain Dealer reporting Chargers DC Jesse Minter will not interview with the Browns today for their head coaching position, as was originally scheduled. The Bills have completed an interview with former Giants head coach Brian Daboll for their head coaching vacancy. Buccaneers hiring former Falcons offensive coordinator Zach Robinson to be their new OC. Ian Rappaport of NFL Network reporting the Cowboys finalizing a deal to hire Eagles secondary coach and passing game coordinator Christian Parker to be their new DC. And the PGA Tour in La Quinta, California, across 3 courses for the American Express. Currently at the top of the leaderboard, you got a 2-way tie. Vince Whaley and Min Woo Lee, each at 8 under par. Vince Whaley just birdied 15, so he is now all alone at 9 under. Min Woo Lee, 1 stroke back at 8. Billy Horschel, Scotty Scheffler among those tied for 3rd at 7 under. That is 2 strokes off the pace. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Jeff Rust from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Recruiting with Andrew Nemec, Thursday evenings at 7 after Isaac and Souk on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
We're living in a 10 toes down world here on the firm of Harris and Meringue. Closing arguments coming up next to send you on your way. Been a nice little Thursday. Danny, I'll turn the show over to just you tomorrow. I got to disappear for a little bit. Got to go touch grass. At least
lots of it.
Frozen grass. Boy, I'm not stoked about that.
The frozen tundra of Montana.
Although my wife said to me, she goes, you know what? You're a better person than I am because I just wouldn't have gone.
Is it the first time you've ever heard that?
What?
That you're a better person than them?
Yes. Especially my wife. She's an angel. Yeah, she's a saint. Not many people are like, dude, you're a way better person than I am. Not many people say that. We are here in 10 Toes Down. You can send in your questions, 503-864-6326, and we will give you firm answers on them. No wishy-wash, no beating around the bush here. Just getting down to the nitty-gritty. This is a sports one that is a little depressing to me, but we'll give it a shot over here. And if this is where you are, boy, I am worried about you. 10 Toes Down, over or under 2 years from now that the Bills return to their 17-year playoff drought that they were just in?
Under.
Under?
As in the unlikely to do it.
Oh. So it will be over 2 years.
Oh, so but by years. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Josh Allen's got at least 5 more years of really good play.
I agree. That is a 10 toes at 5 more years. But boy, what a half glass empty, if not there's broken shards of glass in my cup thought process by a Bills fan.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, bud.
I understand that loss was bad.
That loss stinks, dude.
It's not even like it's not even one of your like 5 worst losses in your franchise's history.
But I mean, do you feel like chewing on glass after what you've had to hear this owner come out and say?
Probably.
What you've heard the GM say? Keon Coleman, Josh Allen, Sean McDermott, Brian Daboll's in the building.
And going into next year, they're going to win 12 games.
That is true. You have to remember, players still play on the field. And
look, man, the Lakers have had 12 years of abject stupidity going on behind the scenes, and they won a title. Just stop. They won a title.
I don't think I live in that world. 10 toes down. Do you live in the bubble? COVID year don't count as titles?
No, it doesn't. Of course I don't.
They count for me.
Will I give Lakers fans crap about it? Yes. But does it count? Yes. Both can be true.
We have had the conversation, though, about asterisks don't have to be negative things.
No.
They are just footnotes.
Sure.
To let you know context.
Yes.
Boy, I'm concerned, though, if Bills fans are in that spot.
I mean, you're not a Browns fan. Chill, dog.
That's true. I mean, Josh is going to win you 8 games alone.
Yeah.
And that gets you almost to 500.
So figure it out. You're a Raiders fan. Shut up.
10 toes down.
God.
Who is on your Mount Rushmore of celebrities you can't believe are still alive today? This listener is going with Ric Flair, Artie Lang, Keith Richards, and every member of Motley Crue.
I mean, Keith Richards is the runaway.
I don't know. I think I would be more surprised if he dies at this point.
Right? He's an actual vampire.
Yeah, like he's made it this far.
Mel Brooks is on that list.
I was just thinking about Mel Brooks. I was curious if he was still alive. I know he made it through filming of Spaceballs 2. He is definitely on my list.
He's 97?
Yeah. No, he's 100.
Is he 100?
I think he's 100.
Yeah, he's old. And he's still got his faculties, which is crazy to think about.
There's got to be somebody that's like 50 that you're just shocked is still alive, too.
Mel Brooks turns 100 in June.
Oh, okay, so he's almost there. He's 99.
Still out there writing Ween jokes. Love it.
I love it, dude.
It's great.
There's
May the Schwartz be with you.
There's got to be somebody in like an athlete in their 40s or 50s that we're shocked is still alive.
Canseco.
I mean, Lawrence Taylor is dead.
Yeah.
That would have been a big one.
That would have been a big one. Can't say Hernandez.
He is dead.
Super dead.
He's super dead.
Too soon? Sorry.
No, it's never too soon.
Diddy not being dead yet is surprising.
Diddy not being dead is surprising.
You think maybe something would have happened to him? Would have Epsteined.
I'll throw in there Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah.
Maybe a little surprised she's not dead. Maybe let's not walk into the political world here. We might have a lot of names that we agree with, and we might have a lot of names that we disagree with.
I'm trying to think of honestly, most of my favorite musical artists, they all committed suicide. So, and we don't really. I mean, Ozzy just died.
Ozzy just died. That would have been a good one.
Yeah.
Texting in Steve-O. I would throw Bam Margera
yeah.
into there as well. Steve-O's sober, though,
Yeah,
now.
he's clean, which is weird. Pretty much all of Metallica.
Charlie Sheen.
They're all clean.
On
Sheen
the YouTube.
got clean.
Charlie Sheen,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
But
the thing is, like,
doesn't he have HIV?
I thought he had
Isn't that the rumor?
HIV or hepatitis.
I
one or
don't
the other.
remember. I don't want to call somebody.
Yeah.
You can probably check most of those boxes for
Yeah,
him.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
Old Tiger Blood. Motley Crue, Rolling Stones.
Just anybody in the Rolling. I mean, that's
Yeah.
Keith.
Axl Rose.
Yeah.
Mick is in pretty good. Dude, Slash.
Yeah. Oh.
Mick
Mick
is
not
doing pretty good, though.
He's not in good shape. Have you seen him?
Well, I mean, you can look.
It looks like a
old.
piece of shoe leather pulled over a mannequin. Like, that's no.
Boy, I'm sure glad you went with shoe.
Yeah.
Ronnie Wood still looks good in the Rolling Stones. For being 70?
Yeah, no. But,
McCartney looks good, and he's almost 80.
yeah, well, he's just feeding on the death of everybody else in that band.
Dare I throw out one Magic Johnson?
Yeah, because everyone thought he was going to be super dead, super fast.
dead, super fast.
So,
Turns out cash is the cure to AIDS.
anything, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Gary Busey?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I once read this article.
Quaid. Not Dennis, Randy Quaid.
That guy's crazy.
Randy Quaid.
I once had this magazine of Maxim
Mm-hmm.
that I hung on to for a long time because Anna Kournikova was on the cover.
Oh, yeah.
Married to my guy, Enrique Iglesias.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, who's hotter in that relationship?
I mean-
It's probably Enrique.
Eh.
Dude, Enrique is a good-looking
Oh,
man.
I'm not going to argue that, but
Anna is great. Oh, I'm also being told that Lawrence Taylor is very much alive.
is he?
I just
You
assumed.
can convince
Say,
me.
I
thought
wasn't
he's
sure
dead.
about that one.
He just vaulted up the list.
Yeah, he vaulted. Yeah, he's on my Mount
Yeah.
Rushmore. And there's an article in there about Gary Busey,
Mm-hmm.
and he had a giant mound of cocaine on his island
Mm-hmm.
in his house, and he stepped outside to have a cigarette
Went
and go
full
to the
Mrs.
mail.
Doubtfire. Toodaloo!
He was stepped outside to have a smoke and get the mail or something like that, and he walked back in, and he found that his dog had grabbed the tray that all the blow was on, and it knocked over and covered the dog in cocaine. It was like a long-haired dog, and he said that he was freaking out so much that he just started blowing lines off the dog.
It's not funny, but it's funny.
Oh, I wish there would have been a camera. Because, your addiction has gone so far that you can't stop to think, maybe we just brush some of this off and I'll sweep it up. No, it's just well, here we go.
Hey, you go like Horrible Bosses and
Yeah.
get out the old dust buster.
Yo, I mean,
Yeah.
you just go, I love you, Scooter.
Yeah.
Just rub your face up against
You smell so good.
Yep.
I love your scent.
It's pretty amazing.
I'm just,
I think I held on to that magazine because it had that article in it and not because Anna was the model.
I just think of that. I'm just I just see the
Sure,
dog's.
Jan.
I just see the dog's eyes just wide open. Oh, this is good stuff,
There's
Gary.
a scene like that in. Did you guys ever see the movie Corky Romano?
Yes.
Yeah, terrible movie.
Oh,
but,
God, it's horrid.
But it's got some funny spots, and
Wh-
one of the FBI drug dogs, busts into a kilo of the cocaine.
Yeah.
When does the dog start talking to you? At what point does the dog start talking to you?
I mean, we're talking about a mound of blow, a couple kilos.
And I don't know, dude. How big is the mound? Is it is that a mound? Is this a mound?
yeah. What constitutes a mound of blow?
Are we talking like in Scarface?
Yes, that's what I
Right,
think of.
right.
I think of a mound of blood. Again, I went full Mrs. Doubtfire when Robin Williams smashes his face into the pie and just toodaloo. Is that what we're doing here? That's up there. Somebody said Dick Van Dyke's alive.
Yeah, he is.
DVD's still going.
He's
huh?
over 100.
He looks terrible
Yeah.
because he has shaggy hair and he has this beard that's all stringy and.
Dick Van Dyke or Gary Busey?
Well, I mean, Gary Busey looks older than Dick Van Dyke. Dick Van Dyke kind of looks like Gary Busey at this point.
That's what I mean.
On my Mount Rushmore, probably Busey.
Oh yeah.
I think Van Dyke
That
is.
picture of him with his jaw
I think Van Dyke's just old.
Yeah, I know, but
It's kind of like Willie Nelson got texted in. He's just kind of old.
how old is Willie? I think he's just
He's in
aging
his
drug
90s.
years.
He's
But
in his 90s.
He's looked that age since
the 70s.
yeah, but I was just saying, he looked
92 for Willie.
he looked old as hell in the Chappelle movie, Half Baked.
Half Baked, yeah.
He looked old as hell in that.
Well, he's had the braids and the bandana since the 70s.
Yeah, I know, but like,
and he's been gray since then.
it's not just that. He looked like, again, shoe leather.
I've heard Willie of late, when you see him live, is not super great.
Well, I'll just say this. He never was.
You would. Tell me about how you don't like Bob Dylan either.
Also,
maybe Surprising Alive. Well, that just took over everything.
there you go.
Sorry for everybody else that texted in 10 toes down. We'll get to them next week. My apologies.
Nah, it's fun.
It's a fascinating thought.
I have a dog whose eyes are the size of freaking saucers right now, just coked out of his mind. Like, why is Dad smelling me?
Boy, my dad sure loves me. I'm thinking him in the voice of the dog from Up. Boy, my dad loves me. I'm a great dog.
I feel great.
I'm ready to go running with my dad. Let's go outside.
Oh, the zoomies are hitting.
I'm going to go take one more quick dump.
Oakley Dokley, closing arguments
I have
is
more.
next, and we will get ourselves out of here, whatever the hell this is. 105.1 The Fan Sports Network.
Harris and Meringue is wrapping up for the day.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled.
Which means it's time for the closing arguments. Brought to you by Leskin Law. One-day divorce mediation. Peace treaties, not war plans. Visit LeskinLaw.com for more information.
You want answers? I want the truth.
On the Fan Sports Network.
You can't handle the truth.
105.1 and 1080, The Fan.
All right, that's going to do it for us here. Closing arguments brought to you by Leskin Law. Visit LeskinLaw.com for more information. Coming up on the show tomorrow, I'm sure Danny will get into some NFL matchups. Talk a little Blazers, probably. Is there on a back-to-back?
A little back-to-back action.
Yes, I will be out of here, but I will join you guys all on Monday. Highly caffeinated and very tired.
Love to get it 2 nights in a row.
Yeah, that'll be great. Let's see, some things we might have missed today. What?
I looked over at Jeff and gave him a look, and then it dawned on him what I said. He was like, ugh.
This is why, Rusty, we've talked about this. You got to just tune him out sometimes. You got to just say, I'm not going to ride this ride. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. And just adios yourself out of the equation. I have no idea what he said, and I'm going to keep it that way. For the betterment of my own
YouTube,
mental
too, you
health.
can see me. I say it. I just lean out over the monitor and look at him just to see if I catch him. And then it dawns on him and he just goes, ugh.
Well, you get into this mode of late. Once you start putting your knee up, you've completely adios from any semblance.
God, I hate this show.
Yeah. That's why somebody asked earlier, like, is Jack Ramsey's been canceled? Yeah, I kind of miss the old Danny sometimes.
I'm not mailing it in. I'm just getting very comfortable. Mm-hmm. Very comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Some things we missed. Mackenzie Gore gets dealt to the Rangers. Brandman came in here. I have no idea what they're doing there. I mean, it's a piece, I guess. I don't know if you expect Evan Carter and Wyatt Langford to really take the world on fire next year, but I guess that's your hope.
You're just saying names now.
Wyatt Langford? Did you just make that up? Sure did. Tungsten O'Doyle, you know. That's how we do it in baseball. Let's see. We were laughing about this earlier, that Con Kneppel is now the Vegas odds to win Rookie of the Year instead of Cooper Flagg.
Con's balling.
He's really good.
Yeah.
I saw a really cool thing yesterday before their game. He was with Tim Legler and Richard Jefferson, kind of talking about how he defends. I thought that was fascinating. From a young kid showing...
From a young white?
A young white showing the old man legs, and not far removed from the game, Richard Jefferson kind of what makes it, and they were really interested in what he had to say.
Well, I mean, what makes him functional and different from a Legler or a Corver or insert white guy here is Con's a freaking plug, man.
Yeah.
He's stout, broad-chested, thick body. Like, he's got country in him. He's a Wisconsin boy. You know what I mean? Like, he's a thick kid. Like, you don't see him get pushed around. Is he the quickest or most fleet of foot athlete in the NBA? No. But he's strong.
He was the guy, you know, I don't want to
He's strong.
Strong? I don't want to be the guy that pretends to be a draft expert. I know the NBA draft is huge for you. I love these players in college. I have no idea how they translate to the NBA. Con was the one that I had really no idea about.
I was really high on him.
I was just like, this kid is so good, but I don't know. And then he got drafted by Charlotte, and I was like, well see you later.
He had that 5-game stretch when Coop went down at the end of the season last year, because I was like, I don't know if he can ever be a guy who's secondary playmaker. Like, I don't think he could run your offense, but maybe he could be a secondary. I don't know. He's definitely a tertiary guy. And then he took over and ran that team for 4 games, and I was like, oh, crap. Like, he can legitimately play make.
It's kind of wild.
He kind of skyrocketed up my board when I saw that.
It's kind of wild how some of these young kids have been able to, you know, they're not traditional ball handler, run the offense, but when they're put into it, they succeed. I heard this quote from Reggie Miller was saying that the other day about how apparently they had talked to Coach K about Flagg, and they were like, or Jason Kidd talked to Coach K about Cooper Flagg, asking him about putting him and having him run the offense, and Coach K just went, we never even thought about that. And then Flagg has run the offense a little bit here and there, and has been
Shire had him running the offense. That was the early growing pains.
But I think as like ball dominant point guard.
No, he was.
But I don't think we thought the same way with Denny Avdia being able to do it.
Oh no, like I thought Denny would be a secondary guy. Like if Denny was the secondary guy, Con was the tertiary guy. Denny has gone from secondary to primary. Colin has gone from tertiary to secondary. Like that's kind of how I look at that. Coop, like the first 12 games of the season, they went through growing pains at Duke last year because they turned the offense over to him so that by the end of the year, like he could be the guy that was running their offense for them.
Maybe I heard that incorrectly.
I mean, maybe they said that maybe they didn't call him a point guard, but
right.
because they had Sion, but he was running a lot of their offense last year.
That's also another just huge advancement in the game today. You know, it's not just big guys that can shoot it from three; it's that everyone can handle the ball. Not everybody, but
Jason
anybody
Quicks,
under 6'8" can operate the offense, quote unquote.
But I mean, Quick's got an article out on Denny right now, and one of the things Dame says is you have to have one of those guys. Mm-hmm. You have to have a wing that can do that stuff now.
Yeah,
and you do.
You have to be able to bring up the ball up the court.
Not only bring it up, your handle has to be tight enough, and you have to also be able to create off the bounce, not only for yourself but for somebody else.
Yeah,
if you're going to be one of them ones, you have to.
Which, for me, old man yelling at clouds drives me absolutely bonkers about the NBA because I love true point guards. And
that's a dying breed.
Yeah, the game has evolved to where it's not even that it's a dying breed; it's just not necessary. Mm-hmm. You know, the J Kids of the world are just. They're not super needed.
Well, I mean, I think that's a little bit different just because if you're that good, you're needed. But
I mean, the guys that run point guard traditionally, quote unquote, are guys that shoot like Steph Curry.
Well, Steph's not even really a point guard.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
You know, and if Denny Avdia can bring the ball up the court, if Cooper Flagg can bring the ball up the court, anybody can.
Well, what does it do? It allows you more mismatches.
Totally.
That's the thing. If 6'9" guy can handle ball, how many 6'9" guys are there who can guard ball like that?
Not many.
That's the thing. It's like
not many.
How many guys are there that can guard a point guard?
Mm-hmm.
Like when you're just talking about just like the biometrics. Like, is it easy to contain Damian Lillard in his prime? No. But is it easier to find somebody who can? Yes. If a guy like Giannis, you can't solve for Giannis.
No. Look how big Luka is. He plays like a guard.
But he's 6'8", 270,
he's
and
huge.
He's a dump truck. It's like, have fun. Have fun.
Hate that my position's dying though. It's the only way I can make a team.
Well,
Scrappy defender, you know. Gym rat.
The number one pick
first in, last out.
The number one pick in the draft is probably going to be a point guard. So,
yeah,
it's not dead. Just been a shortage of them.
Does VJ run the offense at all in Philly? I haven't watched enough.
Maxey.
Only highlights.
I mean, he does, but it's Maxey. Maxey's been phenomenal.
I love VJ. No dunk contest for VJ.
Coward.
He'd be so good.
He's so bouncy.
He'd be so good.
He's so bouncy.
Closing arguments brought to you by Leskin Law. Visit LeskinLaw.com for more information. Leskin Law's one-day divorce mediation, peace treaties, not war plans. Thank you for being a part of our day. I'll turn it over to Danny and Russ tomorrow. I'll catch you on Monday. Have a great weekend otherwise, and we'll see you here tomorrow. For Danny Marang, that's Jeff Rust. I'm Patrick Harris. Go do something I do.
Bye.